All right, what's up, everybody? We are live, and y'all know how I always say, make sure you hit the like button, whether you're catching it live or whether you're catching it after it's uploaded. We will be joined by BMT Travels, Black Men Travels, and I'm so hold on. Oh wait, hold on. I got background noise that got background noise that y'all can't hear. Let me take care of that real quick. I could hear it, but y'all can't. It was going to annoy the hell out of me if I didn't get it right. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. We about to get this thing started. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see people falling on in. This was, yes, a rescheduled show because there was some time zone I take responsibility. That's my job to make sure people know what time the show starts. So I take responsibility for that. But it was a little confusion on time zones and when we're supposed to start. You know, those brothers who travel and everything. My theory is they don't even be keeping up with time zones in the US. They'll better tell you what time it is in Brazil somewhere. I don't know. But either way it go, welcome aboard. Come on in, hit the like button. We're about to get this thing going. The Passport Bros, the whole travel community, the black male travel community, it's been a growing thing. I personally enjoy talking about it. I don't understand all the pushback that it gets, but I personally enjoy talking about it. I like to see brothers expanding their horizon and doing big things globally. I do like brothers that look at ourselves as global citizens, I do like that. I do like that. So I do enjoy talking to the brothers who are living that life. So without further ado, we about to go ahead and get on into it. So let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What's up? What's going on? Shout out to everybody in the building. Do appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. I just had to read something in the back. Shout out to each and every one of you. Do appreciate everybody in the building today. Shout out to, I would say, the early bird squads. Those are making it bright and early before we even get things started. But it's funny. It's funny this time around because this was a show that I had previously set up. So Mike from Mike and Vince Perkins, when the pre-show was already setting up like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, whenever we were supposed to be doing this show, he sent a super chat. He said, "This is a premature contribution to the bounty on the Portuguese dudes that show up on panels when the subject is black men traveling." I think he's talking about Fatty. He trying to put some money up to get them kicked off the panel already before the show even started. Nah. cut it out. But no, shout out to everybody in the building. I see y'all in here. We 40 deep already. Hit the like button. Shout out to Bowdy Thug, Jackie Jack, Just Being Jazzy, Red. No, I'm sorry. Trey. I thought to say Red Man. Trey D-Man in the building. Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Shout out to all of y'all. can't shout out everybody, and some of these are old messages from people that ain't even here in the building right now because it was from when we first started to try to do this show. But without further ado, going to bring up the special guest, the man of the hour, Sir Tice in the building. Shout out to Sir Tice. Going to bring up special guest, the man of the hour, brother BMT in the building. What is going on?
What's good? What's good, man? What's good? We in here. Finally, we made it.
yeah. This was long overdue. This was definitely long overdue. Glad to have you in here. Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Make sure I haven't been around Uncle Stu's channel in a minute. Make sure y'all go check that brother out. Make sure you go check the brother out. The algorithm doing something funny. Your stuff don't even pop up no more. I just had to ask, like, is you making content still? I haven't even seen none of your stuff pop up. That algorithm playing you. I know I'm subscribed and bang the bell and everything, but that algorithm do funny stuff. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. I like to do the boring questions first, a little bit of the background,
Sure.
I guess make it the background of, sort of the personal and I guess what led you down the path, the road that you're on with the whole traveling thing, and then how you ended up on the scene on YouTube with this stuff. So just go ahead and give a little background, introduce yourself.
All right. Name is BMT, originally from Atlanta, ATL, Georgia.
Okay.
Started traveling. Really, my first time overseas was like in 2003 for a wedding. It was like a destination wedding over in Jamaica. My ex-girlfriend at the time. It was cool. I really don't consider it, it's overseas, but I don't think we even needed to have a passport back then to go to Jamaica. So that was like more of a different type of experience. We was on a resort. We really couldn't leave. They didn't really want us to leave a resort. So I didn't really get my real deal, overseas experience back then. But I started listening to Charles Tyler around 2016, 2017. Rest in power to Charles Tyler. And it was his content, his Facebook group, and his YouTube channel that eventually got me to go to Brazil. And once I went to Brazil, it was a wrap, man. It just kind of changed my life. It just set me on a whole nother road. When I got back from Brazil, I originally started a blog. All right. Black Men Travels was originally a blog. I just wrote about my experiences in Brazil. It was just a surreal experience. I had the best time of my life, right? And
let's push pause on the intro. What was it specifically? I like asking brothers this question. What was it specifically that you got to Brazil and it was just a life-changing experience, just a total paradigm shift? Like what made it to that level? Just being over there in Brazil.
All right, so let me give a little bit of a backstory. I was super nervous.
Okay.
The day before I went to Brazil, I went to my barber. My barber had been cutting my hair since I was about 16, 17. And I'm like 30, 36, 37 at this time. So, you know how your barber is. He's like, your OG. And I got in a chair and I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm about to go to Brazil. He was like, Brazil? He's like, oh, man, I wouldn't go out there. You'll get kidnapped. All this stuff. And I'm sitting here like, damn, if Charles Tyler and the Black Men's Option guys, they out there with no issues. So at one point, I almost canceled because I was like, man, I should listen to my OG. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should go. And then I found out they speak Portuguese. I was like, oh, they speak Portuguese. I thought they spoke Spanish or something, right? So I was like, damn. So I go out there, man, and I link up with one of the BMO guys. And when I first get out there, Bernard, I was like, oh, I messed up. I screwed up. Like, this is because it's like going back in time to a certain degree, especially around the airport. Airports in like South America, for some reason, I put it in like the not so great areas. So when you touch down, you leaving the airport, you like, oh, you seeing all the favelas, you downtown Rio, you like, oh man, I messed up now. But luckily, I had one of my BMO guys with me, Black Men's Option guys, Alan. And he's like, hey man, take a deep breath, calm down and everything like that. And it took me some time to get adjusted, but then as as day by day went by, I got more comfortable. And I just started having fun. And then because I didn't even realize that it was so many Black people in Brazil. Like I had no idea of the social makeup of Brazil. Really, I had no clue. So it was just great, and I just saw so many beautiful women. It was just crazy, bro. It was like breaking your neck over and over and over and over and over again, you know. So, and then the experiences I had while I was in Brazil was just going to the bars and the clubs. It was surreal, bro. I had the best time of my life.
Yeah, having that time in your life, and this is a weird thing that I just trying to figure out. I asked the last person I interviewed on this about it.
Mm-hmm.
You getting over there, like I underestimated to what degree, like how few people speak English over there. You know, I was shocked when I found out. I used to date a chick that was from Kenya. I was shocked when I found out that the majority of people over there speaking English. So I mean, you know, with an accent nonetheless, but well, accent to us, but I was like, okay, yeah, if I went there, yeah, I can move through there and communicate well. But you're in there, you're seeing you said you're breaking your neck on all these beautiful women that you can't even have a conversation with. It's like,
right.
How did you overcome that one?
Well, luckily, like I said, I was with with Alan, a couple of BMO guys. He spoke fluent Portuguese. So, you know, we'll do like the little whole, you know, alley-oop thing. He'd be like, hey, my friends in America. The cool thing about a lot of countries overseas is the language exchange, right? That's like your indirect line into a relationship with a woman. Like, hey, you want to learn English? She'll say, yeah. I say, I want to learn Portuguese. So we'll have a language exchange. So that was like one of the things. Another thing is in Copacabana, at least, you will run into other Europeans that speak English. So, you know, you can talk to women from Germany, just different parts of Europe. And that's what I was talking to at first. I was talking to other Europeans that knew English. So that kind of makes you more comfortable being around other foreigners. Because believe it or not, man, English is an international language. It's all over the world. They got English signs everywhere. Like even when I was in Cambodia, I'm like, damn, they got English signs even in Cambodia. So I was talking to some Russians a couple of days ago, and it was like, you're so lucky that you speak the international language. Everybody is in the world is trying to learn English because that's like the common, you know, bond of languages. So if I'm in Thailand and you have an Indian dude over here, you have a Russian over here, you might have a German over here, they're going to all speak English because that's the most common language, basically. Everybody's going to speak English. Even though everybody speaks different languages, if they want to communicate with each other, they're going to communicate through English. So that's the lucky part. So I got kind of lucky in that by talking to, like I say, other Europeans. And as far as back then, Google Translate, bro. Just Google Translate.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a funny story. I mean, it's not so funny now because I think it's turning into a common thing. Pablo, who's, you know, regular on my channel, he said when he met his wife, she didn't speak the language. They were, you know, communicating through, you know, through internet, through, I guess, Google Translate. Basically, that's, you know, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it worked. If you type it in and the computer repeat it back or something, or they just, you know, he basically explained it in kind of a weird way how they had to communicate at first, but eventually she learned his language. He didn't learn hers half as well, but she learned his, and then now they're good. But shout out to Mike from Mike and Vince Perkins for sending a super chat earlier when we tried to originally set this stream up. Shout out to Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Osama Abdu in the building says, glad you have the SYSBM legend / OG in the building. Shout out to Osama Abdu. And Sir Tice in the building says he's BMT. Met the homie Dennis John Pierre for BMT. Why does he think Travel Bros attract so much criticism from okay, here we go. Sir Tice, you just don't come right in trying to start some shit. I see what you're doing, Sir Tice. But we young guys will go on and go there. I you know, I personally don't care to go there. I think that, you know, I don't think it's necessary to even deal with all of that, but I don't understand it, so you can give you a perspective on that. But anyway, he says, why do you think the Travel Bros attract so much criticism from dating coaches and so-called online wannabe players? You can go ahead and get your thoughts on that.
Well, as far as the going back and forth, it's always return fire from, you know, the travel guys or the passport bros. They usually come at us first. And for years, they was making like little video saying that we couldn't pull women in the States. And because if you think about it, if a person has a choice, if he's on the line, right, and he's thinking like, okay, either I can pay this $4,000 and go to Brazil, have a great time, or I can pay, I ain't gonna call nobody names out on your show. I can pay this certain dating coach $4,000, and so that's where the
consultations.
That's where the dilemma is right there. It's they feel like they're losing some of their market share. So some of us started to respond and say, hey man, you really don't need no game coaches overseas. I mean, it's kind of plug and play. For the most part, when women go out with you, it's in-game dating. So they're looking for husbands, they're looking for long-term boyfriends, stuff like that. You can just be yourself. You're better off investing in learning the language. Instead of you paying a dating coach, why don't you just pay a tutor, a language teacher, like to learn Spanish or Portuguese? Because that's going to go a whole lot more further than, paying a dating coach. So it's been a little bit going back and forth. I've done my videos. They've been throwing shots at me for years,
really?
Back and forth. They won't let me on certain panels. You know what I'm saying? They like, don't let BMT on the panel because I debunk a lot of their talking points, bro, because my focus or our focus as a group, as far as Passport Bros, is to focus on your purpose, getting your resources together, and networking overseas with other traveling men. That's what the movement is for. So I guess it goes against what they trying to do as far as sell game, when you don't really need game overseas. I feel like it's a waste of time, and it's misled. Unfortunately, all men, but a lot of black men try to validate themselves, their masculinity to their sexual prowess. And I'm trying to get dudes off of that. Like, bro, be on your purpose, explore the world. You don't have to focus on manipulating women to get you a good woman. So that's why we've been going in this back and forth.
All right. You had said that the focus is networking and getting your resources up. Like, what did you say that? What did you say? Explain that again. What did you say the focus was? I want to go down that path for a second.
Well, it's been a lot of misconceptions about what it means, and everybody has their definition, and they have the right to have a definition. Passport Bros is kind of like, how you have different tiers of rap, how you have gangster rap, you have conscious rap, you have all types of different types of rap. Well, you have all different types of Passport Bros too. As far as the category I'm pushing for is the network. So you got Flip Flop in Dominican Republic. You got my boy Cardell in Dominican Republic. They both have restaurants. You got my friend Dante out here. He has a bar out here in Thailand. You got guys who have whole hotels in Cartagena and restaurants. It's a network of brothers, of entrepreneurship. It's almost like we're building an international Black Wall Street, so to say, and we're all networking between it. So, for instance, Dante had a bar, and it was doing well, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people didn't know about it. He has a bar right here in Pattaya, and I bring 6 YouTubers to his bar, just like that. We all do videos. His video we do 5,000, mine do 2,500, his do 3,000-4,000. Now he has more people come into his bar because they know about his bar. We do the same thing with the Players Club. It's another bar in Pattaya. So that's what it's all about for us. At least my version of what I want Passport Bros to be and symbolize is Black men building all over the world and being able to repair the relationships that we previously had before all the tampering went going on with the Black family and the Black community. For example, you got Taylor Made. Taylor Made, he's an older gentleman, in his 60s. You got Zoe, he's an older guy. You got me, I'm in my 40s. You got Ja, who's in his 20s. You got Austin, he's in the early 20s. We're all together now, right? We're all together now, and you don't usually see that in America, where everybody's from different backgrounds, everybody's different ages, everybody's from different parts of the country. But in overseas, it's just you're American. So it's easy for us to kind of get together and get along better. And the most important part that I want to point out is that we're not beefing over women, because the women are just plentiful. You see what I'm saying? Like, in America, you see that pretty red bone walk in the door. You got all of us kind of trying to get at her, right? We all, jawing at each other. We trying to, bum rush each over to get to that beautiful woman. Well, guess what? It's the opposite overseas, where you're the prize overseas. So when you get in there, you got 20, 30 women coming at you. You got to kind of, navigate it a little differently. America is like one of the only countries, the West in general, but America's on the countries where it's flipped around.
Mhm.
Whereas I promise you, bro, in every country I've been, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, I will put my phone away in my room to get work done because my phone will be going off so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, do they want resources? Do they want time? Do they want to, try to manipulate you for whatever reason? Yeah, because the game is still the game. You're still, dating.
Yeah.
Dating still dating. But you have so many options when you travel, man. It's just a different world. It's just a different world completely. I want you to put yourself in a position that pretty girl in college, the 21-year-old girl in college, how much attention she got. Now flip that around. Now you're getting that attention. Even in your 40s, you're getting that type of attention because women like American men because we're very liberal in our relationships. We have the king's language, which means we speak English, and we have the king's money. We up under the most powerful capitalist monetary system in the world in America, and we make USD.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even say up under. I would say a part of, well, okay, I guess you could say under the umbrella of, but a lot of black men don't own the fact that we are a part of this shit. Like we are, I always say all the time, our ancestors helped build this country. Our men fought in every war for this country. We live in this country, work in this country, citizens of this country, pay taxes, and ultimately fund the government of this country. This is our shit. So I don't let people try to come in and say, "Oh, you just benefiting from what the white man." Like, no, fuck that. We put in on this too. So you deserve to be a Western man and go travel and get Western privileges and benefits just like any other man from here. So that's I definitely say that. But the Clue Channel is saying you had me until you said Black Wall Street. Now, before I throw that one to you, I my personal pushback on that, because I thought that was amazing. And if black men from America are going to be traveling and being global citizens and whatnot, y'all should meet up, click up, and try to network. And just like you see other communities come over here and they build strongholds and they build businesses and they have their communities and they buy up property to the point to where they damn near got their shit walled off, to where they running their own thing. So I'm listening, I'm reading what the Clue Channel was saying, and he's pushing back on that. But I look at it as, y'all down there with I don't know if to call it a black male, a black male first, men first, black men first mentality of getting together, networking, and building things up to make it easier for more black men to come through and walk through that door, because everything that they would need is down there being ran, managed, and operated by the black men who already put the work in before. It's like that's really how it's supposed to be. I mean, that's part of the reason why they low-key mad at y'all, because they like, y'all can stay here and do that for us and get with an American black woman and build it for your sisters here. It was literally, I'm sure you saw the video where dude was crying, basically saying that on a panel. If you ain't see that, I got to find it for the end of the show.
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, everybody saw that one. That's one you can't miss. But that right there, that's low key why they mad at y'all in my perspective. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on that? I think he's criticizing the idea of just, what are your thoughts on what he's saying right there?
Well, he could be coming at it from a couple of ways. I'm not sure exactly what his angle is. I think some people get the weekend warriors confused with the passport bro thing, and don't get me wrong, they are participating in it, right? Because you got most guys go overseas for a weekend, a couple of weeks, and they go back to America, which is cool, right? They might be working towards retirement or spending large amounts of time overseas. So sometimes that can get confusing. They go out, they have a good time, and that's it. A lot of cats don't even realize how many businesses that brothers are starting overseas. Now, when I use Black Wall Street, I just use it as an example to give you kind of like a relationship of, of what's going on overseas. So that might be the angle he's coming at it from. Because like I say, how would you know unless you was within a network, unless you was in the Facebook group or watch my channel and I interview different brothers that own different businesses. We got one of the biggest dispensaries in Pattaya owned by a black man. How would you have known that? Because you don't know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got guys that own, I'm sorry, what's the other country? Guys that own entire hotels in Cartagena You go to the hotel, you wouldn't even known it was black-owned restaurant, stuff like that. So we're letting guys know, we're putting it out there like a little bit of a blueprint. Like, hey, man, you can go here. This is black-owned. This is black-owned. This is black-owned. This is what I mean by building an international version of a Black Wall Street. Not exactly Black Wall Street. And I can agree. I have no issue at all with black men dating in America or building in America. I totally get it, bro. 90% of my family is still in America, right? They got businesses and all that good stuff. All right. So I get it. It's not a one-off where, I think as black men, we got to stop looking at it like, oh, you can only do it this way. You got to do it the pro-black way. No, we can have different angles at this, right? Everybody has their own lane. Everybody has their own road. Everybody has their own purpose. And you're going to need, believe it or not, the direction that America is going, you're really going to need somewhere just in case things hit the fan, and you can go overseas. You can go to Colombia and you can buy acres of land in Colombia, and you say, you know what? Hey, fam, come on out here. I got some property over here in Colombia, or I got a condo in Thailand. Take a break, take it easy, take a month vacation if you can. Come out here and I'll show you guys around and show you some of the opportunities that are in these foreign countries.
You just made me think about something. A lot of the pro-black, red, black, and green back to Africa folks, they they be talking about, going back over there, and I mean, okay, a lot of the high population of black people that's there, a lot of them, I mean, where they come from, they came from Africa. So I mean, I guess I'm looking at it from the standpoint of they was really about that life of going back and building, networks and stuff. Like, put it like this. They would be gradually doing what you're talking about doing, what y'all doing in Brazil. They would be doing that in places in Africa. They would be building Black American strongholds over there to make it an easier pipeline for people to go back and get out of this American system if it's so bad, So it's sort of amazing and makes you say, if the Passport Brothers are essentially doing that, but doing it in Brazil instead of Africa, it is an interesting thing. But Young Jay, oh damn, I thought that was a super chat. Well, it's an interesting comment, so we'll go ahead and highlight it, even though it wasn't super chatted. But shout out to Young J 216. He says, no, they're clowns in these groups who are beefing over women overseas and snitching. You know that, fam.
Shout out to my dude, Young J216. That's one of the guys. Actually ran into him in the DR. He's just talking about the private Facebook group going back and forth. It's 10,000 guys in that group, so it's gonna be some going back and forth, bro. It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
Is young Jay I didn't know he was one of your guys. He giving off Passport Pookie vibes. I mean, I don't know.
Nah, he cool, man.
Shout out to Young Jay. No, he be in my chat a lot. I'm just messing with him. But
okay.
Man, did you? I'm plotting on. Don't bring that Bayang avatar in here, man.
The Bayang, I remember that.
I didn't even read the comment. I just spotted that Bayang from a mile away and was like, "Hold on, man, what's going on?"
Yeah,
but no, interesting. One thing I saw when I was setting up when we were setting up to do this show before, I saw something interesting that I haven't seen. So it's actually in the thumbnail. I could pull it up. I was like, damn, he got upwards of 25, damn near 30 brothers all together in one spot, rocking your t-shirt, your paraphernalia and all that. It's like, so I think you sort of explained it. 'Cause I was going to ask you about this picture, like how we'll be talking a lot about, different, manosphere meetups and conventions and all of this. It looked like you did a goddamn Black Men Travel Passport convention meetup thing. Like what's the deal and what's going on with that? How you gather all those brothers in one place at one time?
Yes, man, we do annual trips to the DR and Colombia. We actually have one coming up at the beginning of the year in January in Cartagena. Shout out to my business partner Cardell. He pretty much puts the majority of the trip together. And basically what it is guys pay they pay before they get there. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain time, date they got to make the payments to. And then we meet up overseas. They get like a welcome bag, We have a welcome dinner, and we have different events planned within that 3 to 4 days. And we all link up. Everybody get a custom shirt. It's dope, man. It's a real great brotherhood. I mean, it's dope. I love participating in it, promoting it. It's just good because you're meeting up with other progressive Black men, basically, right?
Mhm.
And we just had these discussions. We also, on the last day, we talk about investing in overseas opportunities as well, right? We had like somewhat of a networking event on that last day. And a lot of guys would say, hey, man, I'm in real estate, or hey, I'm in plumbing or something. Okay, I'm building a condo in Puerto Plata. Instead of me, I will hire you to do the plumbing, but you got to hire a local person, like just little different deals, stuff like that, man. So it's really good. It's really good to be able to link up with other brothers that have a similar mindset and to enjoy yourselves, have fun at the same time. Don't get me wrong now, don't get it twisted. We have a great time. You know what I'm saying? We have a real good time. There's some footage I can't even show you, but
no, trust me, I know. And listen,
time,
the brothers they gave me too much pushback. I guess they thought I was saying it as an insult, but I wasn't, because I see absolute, and I guess you called them the weekend warriors. I see absolutely nothing wrong, but I'm going to say for traveling for pussy. I see nothing wrong with that. But I talking to you, I think I got an understanding why some people gave pushback for that. But I look at it as, hey, if you can afford to get away for 2 weeks, go to Brazil, and then all of that overabundant target rich environment of beautiful available women, and you just have a blast for 2 weeks or 1 week, and then come back to the States and resume your normal life until, I don't know, 6 months later when you can go do it again. I think that's a great thing. And I asked somebody this question. They were saying, no, we ain't traveling for the women. I said, okay, cool. So if you book the flight, 6 months in advance to go to Brazil or whatever, and it was something about the culture you didn't know. You found out it was a once per century 1 week sex strike that the women did. and you went down there, and you found out 2 weeks before your flight that all the women was going to be on a sex strike the whole time that you're down there. I'm like, do you cancel that vacation? And I think most people was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm canceling. And that's what I tried to do, to try to pin somebody on. You don't got to downplay the degree in which sex is a big part of it. People who travel locally, if me and my homeboy, we click up, we go to Vegas, if it's going to be no women and no sex in Vegas that weekend, we probably not going. So that's why I'm like, yeah, y'all don't necessarily even got to run from that. Y'all could own it. Yes, it's beautiful women down there, and we're heterosexual men. We like beautiful women. We like sex. That's a major component of it. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's definitely a part, and it's just not Black men traveling for sexual assets.
No doubt.
I mean, all people travel for that. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the experience is linking up with a local, and dating, basically, or spending time with them, doing whatever you want to do. So that's part of it, man. People will try to downplay. Everybody will try to downplay. Oh, I'm going here for the cultural experience, to see the pyramids, and that can be fine, right? You have that. I'm going to this museum. I love going to museums, but I won't deny the fact that beautiful women being around helps as well. I won't deny that.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't paying people. A lot of men ain't paying all that money just to see what the spaghetti tastes like in Italy. They want they want to hook up with some women down there too. But shout out to Gail at Night, says salute Bernard BMT in chat. Absolutely, 100%.
Shout out to Gail.
Gail. Salute to Gail. Yeah, she's a real one. She's a real one. Shout out to Gail. Appreciate you. Gail, appreciate you coming on through. I hate to circle it back here, but I'm a little curious on this fighting for women within the Facebook group of 10,000 guys. We don't got to dwell on that long, but I'm a little confused on how guys can be online in a Facebook group getting into arguments about women in another country. Explain that one.
Well, that's a good one. Basically, in a nutshell, what usually happens. Well, first off, Um, 10,000 men, if you didn't play football, if you wasn't in the military, or you didn't grow up, like I grew up with a whole bunch of dudes, right? From,
Yeah.
different neighborhoods. So I'm used to moving within a circle of a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 12 guys, you're not going to like every guy in your little clique. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So you have that, like, we're going to not get along all the time. That's natural. All men are like that, right? But in this particular case, what usually happens, what he's mentioning is a guy will post a particular woman. He'll go on vacation, he'll meet a woman that's maybe what we call a gringo hunter. So she likes to date Americans. So she's in tourist areas, tourist clubs, tourist bars. And he might have
I like
an experience
that.
with,
Gringo hunter.
Gringo hunter, right?
Yeah.
He might have an experience with her, and then he posts her in a group like, hey, I found this real one. She's beautiful, she's attractive, she's this, she that. And then somebody else might come in on that photo, like, oh, I know her too, or that's my chick, and there'll be just a little back and forth. And then
that's my chick.
They might contact me. Hey, can you take my photo down? Little stuff like that, man. So that definitely happens, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be some petty shit where one dude posting, "Oh, I just met the love of my life," and then somebody else petty as hell be like, "Nah, I was just fucking her."
That's it. Yeah, that's it too. That's part of it.
Yeah, now I can see it. If somebody done went down there and fell in love.
Hey man, these foreign women got some good game too. They got some good, they'll make you feel a certain way. If you don't know it, if you don't talk to the guys that live out there or some of the locals, you get caught up. I mean, I got caught up in DR, so it happens. I feel like this. When you first start traveling, every guy gotta go through his first initial experience, and he'll learn his lesson. You know what I'm saying? About trying to invest in somebody that you don't know. I'd put it to you that way. That's a simple. I can just put it. You will learn your lesson.
Yeah,
you'll learn your lesson.
Yeah, man. So does it become a thing where like some guys they come back here, and because I heard of a story. Just tell me how common this is, because I like brothers, traveling and getting out there, and I understand based off everything y'all say about the women, it's amazing. I still want brothers to keep their head on straight and maintain some frame about themselves when dealing with the women over there. How much of it is a problem where, man, they getting a whole different experience? Over here, the women they was messing with was, average at best and probably had a bad attitude. Over there, they messing with women that are 7, 8, 9 territory with great attitudes, and they just gone. Their mind is gone. They was over there for a week, spent a week with this chick, and now they back over here and sending money over there. Now, a senseless amount of money. Like I could get that, okay, you sending a little something, but how many brothers down there basically making her making a chick damn near, making her damn near rich in their currency, because he's sending hundreds of dollars and stuff over there, and that translate over there to thousands of, to the point they didn't gave her a Portugal 6-figure salary and some, like, after one weekend. How common is that?
That is an excellent question, man. I'm gonna give it some context though. First, before let me just put it to you this way: all races of men, do this. It's just not black men.
Yeah.
It's not white men. All races of men do this.
Them white men, they've been buying Asian women from all over for a minute. So I get it.
I mean, you got guys. I mean, I know some white guys in Colombia. They just love buying women gifts, right? But they make $7,000 a day or a week or something like that, right? So you just got different levels. You got men out here that are, rich. I got friends that are lawyers, guys that are investors, investment bankers. They fly privately to Brazil. I remember one story, not story, but I remember one time I'm in Brazil at like a little bar, and this guy says, "Oh, I got to run back home and grab some stuff or something," right? And I'm like, "Oh, damn, that's messed up. You got to leave Brazil." I see him back the next day. I'm like, I thought you left. He's like, "Yeah, I did." He said, "Oh yeah, I fly private. You know, I have my own jet." I said, "Oh snap!" So a guy like that is not going to pay. You know what I'm saying, for the time of a woman necessarily what a guy that might, be a blue collar guy pay. So you just have different levels of it. And guys are gonna do what they want to do, man. And it's their resources. You got guys that work extremely hard, that made all types of sacrifices to put themselves in a position where money is not an issue, money is not a problem.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do what they do. And it happens quite a bit. I mean, it happens a lot in every country I've been to. Colombia, I know guys giving girls $2,000 a month, which is a lot of money in Colombia. I know guys in Brazil. I had a female friend in Brazil, and we used to spend a lot of time. She was Brazilian Japanese, and one day she came at me. She was like, "Aaron, I can't hang with you for about a month." I'm like, "Why?" Because we was hanging together a lot. She was teaching me Portuguese. I had got sick. She helped me out when I was sick too, and she was like, "I have a friend of mine that comes down every year around this time, and he pays me like $7,000 to be with him, to hang with him for the month, show him around, and basically be his translator and tour guide, quote unquote." So I'm like, wow, all right. You know what I'm saying? I can't argue with that. I'm not paying you anything to hang out with me, right?
He outbid you.
I mean, it's Brazil. That's how it works in Brazil. Guys come in town, they got money, and I think the guy was Asian or something like that. He might have been Japanese as well. And that's just how they get down. So hey, it is what it is, and guys do send money. We call them Western Union poppies. They send money, they send money to women. So that's just what I mean. And we can go back and forth. In the group, people go back and forth. We can talk about it, but it's not going to stop a man from doing what he wants to do. Because if you got this man over here that's making $800,000 a year in IT, he don't care.
It's pocket change at that point.
Yeah, he don't care. I mean, my lawyer homeboy who owns a couple of plazas out there in Texas, he got women all over the world, and he's always doing stuff for them. He opening up businesses for them, sending them money. He just be like, "Yeah, man, she's a good girl. She's trying." He likes to see people. He's like one of them dudes that's like an angel investor.
All right, y'all. Hold on, time out, y'all. All right, y'all get them out of here. All right, just get them out of here. That's a content creator. I don't know if you know about.
Yeah, I've heard of her. I thought she was cool.
I mean, okay, I'm not even speaking on that, but I'm just saying people with fake names, fake names and fake avatars of another content creator. That I'd rather not. Let's go on and time them on out of here. We ain't about to have a bunch of Cynthia G and Nyla avatars floating through here, Even though it was a fake Cynthia G when that was funny, they used to say funny ass shit. I let that one rock for like 3 months. It was a funny one. That dude was posing as Cynthia G saying some funny ass shit. I let that one rock. But overall, no, we get them on out of here. But damn, what was it? Okay, damn, I interrupted you. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. I was just saying, you got successful guys that they look at it more or less like they're helping somebody out that they care about or that they like a little bit. Yeah. So they just look at it a different way. Like I said, my lawyer homeboy, he helps chicks start businesses all the way in Vietnam and Thailand. He give them a couple $1,000s to open up their own little salon or something. So you just have that, man. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah. I see. Would you say, well, okay. I understand you setting it up with like a dude who just got money like that, and it don't matter. But overall, in general, is it within the community or the Facebook group? Let's just say it's just a regular working class dude. Is that frowned upon? Is there some criticism with that? Because I mean, look, and granted, what a man does with his money is his money. But if I got a homeboy and I know he's just a working class dude, and I see him doing like, bruh, you doing the most for this chick, man. You setting yourself up for failure. Like amongst the passport community, is it like a nudge, pull somebody to the side, like, hey man, you doing the most right now, or do y'all just let people rock?
Man, we just let people rock, man. I give so many of my dudes that one talk. I'm only gonna say something on it one time. That's it. Yeah, and you're gonna do what you do after that because you're gonna listen to me anyway. But as a friend that cares about you, I'm gonna say it because the guy in Brazil gave me the talk about foreign women. He told me what to do and what not to do, and it was 100% correct. So I just relay that to guys like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know this girl, you don't know this woman, you don't know her family, you don't really know where she comes from, and to them, you're wealthy, you're rich. Even if you have like a regular job in America, bro, making 50 grand a year, dog, that's a lot of money overseas, right?
Yeah.
So to them, you're rich.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I paid my rent from my ex-girlfriend in Colombia one time, and it was $600, bro. She said that's the most money she ever seen in her life. Right. So that just kind of gives you an indication of, the level of economy that they have out there. Like, they have more of we come from a first world country, right? Where our struggle is much different. Our struggle is we can't buy J's. We might not have the 2022, you know what I'm saying? New Ultima or something. That's our struggle. We might go broke, but our lights is on. We live in a nice neighborhood. We just maybe might paycheck to paycheck. Versus they struggle is they survival struggling. They hustling for the next meal sometimes. Not all the time. I'm just giving you that is out there though. It's also a misconception that everybody's poor overseas, which is not true. Right? You got women in Brazil that have money that take you out to eat. They got more money in their bank account than you do. So you have that as well, but you also have extreme poverty overseas too.
Sir Tyson in the building. I actually didn't see this one because you sent 2 super chats back to back, so I didn't even see the second one. But so thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. BMT, he's asking, BMT, does Thailand still require the jab, or are the requirements less stringent, limited to no quarantines, etc.?
There is no quarantine, but they changed things a lot. You might need a vaccination card to enter the country. I'm not positive, but you might need a vax card. I know you needed one to go in Cambodia, so you might need one. In Southeast Asia kind of countries, I ain't gonna say they're the same, but if Cambodia need a vaccine card, you might need one in Thailand as well.
All right. And as always, I know how we do. The moderators are spamming his links through the chat room. Make sure you go and subscribe to the brother BMT if you're not already subscribed to him. Make sure you go and subscribe to him. And while you're at it, subscribe to Gail and Uncle Stu, old man on the block. Shout out to the content creators that support the stream as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to them as well. Would you say part of the end goal or end game, so to speak, is to ultimately get your life set up to where you could live over there? Is that the general goal that you think most people, like within your group or whatever, that are trying to do?
Yeah, for the most part, I would say the majority of guys are trying to spend or live overseas, because it's a very different lifestyle. It's a relaxing lifestyle, man. Half the time we don't even know what day it is. We got to check our schedules to see, was it Tuesday today? Because it's just so laid back.
Yeah.
And the cost of living in a lot of cases, that at least the countries that we like to go to, is low. It gets lower as the longer you stay there. Instead of, in America, the longer you stay somewhere, it gets higher, right? Everything is higher. Well, for us, it gets lower because guess what? Our exchange rate is always going up. So it actually gets cheaper to live overseas, versus in America, gets more money. So yeah, that's a part of it. A lot of guys want to live. It's just, like I say, it's a quality of lifestyle. I'll give you a prime example, right? I was talking to this white guy, this guy from the UK. There's a lot of Europeans here in Thailand. And he said he's 51 years old. He was walking down the street and he had a heart attack, right? He had a cardiovascular heart attack right there on the street. The Thai people came there. The ambulance came there and performed surgery right there on the street.
On the street?
On the street, they performed surgery. They went through his inner thigh and punched a hole through his heart so he could breathe, basically. right?
All right, they
I
helped
told him, I
him
said,
breathe, but they gave him a deadly infection. His leg gonna fall off.
no, not just regular top people. Like these was the ambulance. This
Yeah,
was
I know. I'm
medical
just
people.
in my mind. You're supposed to be in a clean, completely sanitized
But
room.
see, this is the thing though. He only had 7 minutes to live.
Oh,
So he
okay.
would
They
have
had to do what they had to do.
in our first world country, he would have died. Right? In most cases, he would have died unless they really, knew exactly what was going on. And that goes to show you that the medical care overseas is not only cheaper, but they don't have the incentive to try to throw you on prescriptions or get you on up out of there or something like that. They really want to just patch you up and get you on your way. He said in UK I would have been dead. I said, yeah, in America you would have been dead. You know why? Because they would have came with a piece of paper and say, hey, we'll do the surgery for you, but it's $400,000. That's how they would did you in America, right? Versus overseas, man. So it's just a good quality of life, man. I can go to the pharmacy, bro, and in the pharmacy in Thailand, it's like going to a nurse for a consultation or something, like medical consultation. They really break the health, break you down and say, hey, what do you need? What are your symptoms? And they'll say, you know what? You don't need prescription. Just eat less starch and drink a lot of water. They don't have the incentive to try to sell you something, right? To make money for the pharmaceutical companies. So the medical care alone is worth living overseas 9 times out of 10. So not only do you have your currency, your dollar is strong, you have better medical care, which is way cheaper. In America, I was paying $200 some a week for medical insurance, bro. I had no outstanding health risk issues, nothing, right? I pay only $70 for the whole entire month for healthcare, and I have private doctors in Brazil and Colombia, not necessarily in Thailand, but I have my private doctors that only charge like $85 to see them. Give me 1 second, Bernard. I'll be right back.
All right, yeah, it looked like I had a camera that used to do that too. Actually, I still got that camera, just not the one I use. Mine, it was a Nikon or Nikon. I even got what it's called. The things used to shut down every 30 minutes if I didn't put the little thing on it. But yeah, these camera equipment. Yeah, we be going through the struggle. But all right. So while we wait for him to come on back, y'all need to make sure y'all go and hit the like button. Hit the like button as we move along here. But so all right, so you're back. Let's see. Hell, do you live over there right now full time, or where? Like, what's going on with that?
I've been here for going on 7 months. But technically, I live back in Colombia. Technically speaking, I just been traveling the world, just been enjoying myself last year or so. But I'll be returning to Colombia at some point.
Okay,
That's
what exactly?
Technically where I live.
Okay, so how long have you not been living in the States?
I haven't been in America since November 2020.
November 2020.
So like a couple of years, maybe going on 2 years, I think.
Okay, you went. We was in mid swing of COVID back. That 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
you landed in the quarantine overseas, huh? You just
I did, man. Yeah, I did. Actually, I did. When I first moved to Medellin, there was a quarantine. It sure was. Yeah, it was difficult, but it was still great. I still had the best time of my life in that city, man. So it was cool.
Okay.
It was cool.
Now, what exactly do you do? This is always an interesting question for me, like, because the thing that prevents a lot of people from living that life where they just move over there, that they got a job that they gotta physically be at. So what do you do to where you're earning money, but you don't have to be, landlocked at a particular location?
YouTube is a good stream of revenue. I sell t-shirts as well. I was pretty invested in crypto. That kind of tanked, that was one of my big streams of revenue was crypto, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Just different sources of revenue, merch, YouTube, stuff like that. Okay. I was blessed to actually sell a home before I left the States. Mm-hmm. I was set ever since I left Brazil in 2017. I was setting myself up, getting my credit right, paying down some of my debts, building business credit. That's real important, guys. Having that credit card worth a good amount of money just in case you have any incidents overseas. So I was putting myself in a position to where I could live overseas for a couple of years before I made that transition. So I had money already. Pretty much, I was good.
Yeah, that's what's up, because a lot of people, I think, need if they're really trying to live that lifestyle. Just my assessment outside looking in is about positioning things in a way to where you got money set up. I think a lot. I mean, I put it like this: there's a lot of passport guys. They doing YouTube, waiting for the YouTube to take off. Once that YouTube take off, you can do YouTube anywhere. If the YouTube take off just enough where you're making enough US dollars to where you can go overseas and it be worth more, then yeah, that's where it's at. So yeah, shout out to you for that one, being in position with YouTube and other endeavors to be able to to survive overseas, to be able to survive and thrive and make it overseas like that. That's definitely what's up.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. What would you say? Okay, as far as the places you've traveled, well, okay, name where all have you been? Where all have you been?
I've been to. Let me start so I can remember. I've been in Jamaica. I've been to Colombia, Peru, Brazil, Cambodia, Thailand, Doha. I'm trying to think. I know I've been to some other countries. I always forget. I think I've been to like the 2 other countries, but I can't remember. So about 9 countries total.
All right. What's your best experience? Which one did you say is the best?
I cannot deny, man. My best experience was in Medellin, bro. That was my Colombia. Colombia was my best experience. Yeah, because I have like somewhat of an expat family there, and that was like the first place I kind of moved to when I was to move overseas. Oh yeah, DR too. It's maybe a couple more other countries, but yeah, that was like my best experience just because of the expat community that's in Colombia. And Colombia got it's some real good down to earth Afro Colombians as well, man. Like we deep in Colombia, they have a big, pretty population of Afro people out there too, and it's the blend of I guess you want to call them mestizos or lighter complected Colombians. Some people consider them white. I technically don't consider them white. Some people some of them might get offended when you call them white because they feel like white is blonde hair, blue eyes, American, and all that good stuff. But then linking up with a lot of Venezuelans, it was cool, man. Like we was on the same little energy, the same little vibe. African Americans, Venezuelans, Colombians, it's just South America. It's a mixture. Right, and it's just cool, man. It's just beautiful women everywhere. So I gotta say, Colombia was my best experience so far. Then I would say Brazil.
All right. If it's with you, I'll put the link in the chat because we got about an hour in. People want to come up with particular questions and whatnot. People want to come up with questions.
For sure.
At least I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. Trying to put the link in the chat right there. There it is. There's the link in the chat if anybody want to come on up and be a part of this conversation. Somebody asked about the food. Overseas. How's the food generally speaking, or is it much better than over here?
Man, it's hit and miss, but to me, coming from the South, America has the best food, hands down. But I would say Thailand has the best food in all the countries I've been in so far. The worst food, I'm going to say, probably is Colombia. It's probably the worst food.
The worst food is Colombia. What's wrong with it?
Man, they don't really do seasoning like that, believe it or not. I mean, the Afro Colombians, they do cook a different palette of food. But sometimes you got to go in there and, go in there with your girl and throw that little Irish. As a matter of fact, I know guys that not sneak, but they bring seasonings down to Colombia, bro. Like,
they be smuggling in that Lori and the hot sauce and all that.
Tony's season. Yeah, man. It's like, and then they love our food. Like when I used to cook for my ex-girlfriend, she used to be like, "Oh, this is so good." I'd be like, "Yeah, from the South, we over season to a certain degree. We over marinate. Like we like taste." So, But Thailand has some really good food. Thai women can throw down in that kitchen for sure, bro. I haven't met a Thai woman yet that could not cook. They throw down in that kitchen, bro.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are joined by Yoga.
How y'all doing, fellas?
Doing good. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
First off, thank you, Mr. Riley, for representing black men out of America, the Foundation of Black Men. I like how you represent us, your topic selection, your how you critique your show, your layout, how you host your show. I'm giving you your flowers. I'm looking back and seeing how everybody doing their shows and what's going on, and you up there in the top 5 the way you present and curate your show, Mr. Riley.
Oh, thank you, appreciate that.
All right, now I got a 2-piece question. I'm from the ATL, heavy traveler myself. I know my brother Aaron, leader OG in the travel world. 2-piece question. Because I got my other brothers down at the barbershop in the ATL. I sent them the link. They looking back in the ATL at the barbershop downtown. And this is what they really want to know from coming from the ATL crowd. Aaron, does Brazil really, because you've been all over Brazil, does Brazil really have the same amount of more black people like the USA? And how are the women in Brazil with their natural hair?
Oh man. Yeah,
the black woman, Afro-Brazilian.
Well, Brazil has the biggest population of black people outside of Africa. You know, people think it's us, North America, but it's actually Brazil. So Brazil has millions of black people there, and they embrace their African heritage too. They have different festivals. A lot of people don't know they had a big slave revolt out there in Brazil. I forgot the guy's name, but they know their history, and it's graffiti all over Rio, stuff like that too. So they definitely know where they come from. As far as the naturalness, oh man, it's the most beautiful thing in the world to walk inside of a club and see all those sisters with their natural hair, bro. It's a beautiful thing. They really rock. They rock the afros, the curly fros, all that good stuff.
I was just about to ask you that, because I gotta speak for the American black woman right now. Mm-hmm. What they would say when they hear you say that, oh, it's so nice to see all them sisters in there rocking their natural hair, they would probably argue that them chicks, they mixed with enough to where they natural hair ain't like natural hair here, to where it's like it's the natural hair that's a little frizzy, a little curly, a little wavy, and a little bushy, but it kind of still fall down. You know, it ain't like that. You know, their complaint is we can't be natural because we got that Ben Wallace shit growing.
Well, do they have that regular froze down there, Aaron? The ladies like tight froze like us?
Hell yeah, bro. Yes. If you look at one of my, man, I wish I could post one of my videos. I'll post a link in a second. But yeah, you'll see the afros out there. Like they literally look just like us, bro. They the same. But you're right though. Yeah, but you are right to a certain degree. They got women that are jet black, Wesley Snipes complexion with the real wavy, silky hair too. Because they mixed with the I forgot the name of the tribe out there. But they mixed with the local Brazilian and not local Brazilian, but the original Brazilian, and they are melanated, they are reddish, brownish skin. Similar to the ones in North America as well. So yeah, they have a mix, and that's true. But when you go into the club, you see all types of stuff: afros, wavy hair. It might be women in there. If they wear weave, it's less than 10%, bro. And when they do wear weave, you'll know it, because they can't get the expensive weave in America. So they weave look horrible. Wigs and weaves look horrible. So they just rather rock it natural, because they can't afford that $200-300 weaves in Brazil. A lot of the hair actually leaves Brazil and goes to America. But yeah, man, I mean, you got some sisters out there with some beautiful hair. I'm not gonna front.
Yeah,
I'm all different types of grades of hair are beautiful. Put that out there real quick. But it's nice to see, because that's some power, right? When you walk in and you see everybody with their naturals, it's power in that, man. You can feel the energy.
I want to experience that.
I went to. Go to Casa Black Rio. There you go.
Where? Casa where?
Casa Black. Casa
Is
Black.
it a club?
It's a club.
What type of music? Well, I'm guessing they play black music because it's black people.
Bro, they be paying Jamaican. What was that? they be playing the skate, they be playing all types of music. The same music we listen to in America, but in Atlanta, they play the exact same.
We're all black with all sisters in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Casablanca.
Casa Black.
Casa Black.
Yeah, Casa Black Rio. Yeah. You can follow them on Instagram too. Casa Black. If you look at Casa Black Rio. On Instagram, you will see all the women in there.
I'm pulling it up now.
Mm-hmm. And if you think they're weaves, they're not. You know, they're not. People think that they girls be wearing weaves, but
oh, they thick. They thick in there. They thick. I see. Like all the pictures are packed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty popular in that particular area. That's called Madureira, and that's like the north zone of Brazil. And they got some real cool line stepping underneath an overpass called Viaduto, which is right across the street. So it's just not Casa Black. You got that whole area. It's
a black area over there,
bro. It's a black area, but check this out. There ain't no police around that joint, bro.
Is it like compared to Atlanta, this black area, Rio, you're talking about? Like in Atlanta, you got Cascade, you got black gated neighborhoods with mansions and stuff like that. You know how Atlanta is with black folks. Is it parts of Afro Brazilians where it's nice like Atlanta?
Yeah, if you go like to Salvador Bahia, I heard, but in Rio, it's pretty much like kind of like West Side Atlanta to a certain degree, like back in the 90s and early 80s or something. So it's still like a you know.
Oh yeah, sorry to interrupt, but no, you say you hit the club and it'd be.
Oh yeah,
it'd be like that.
That's exactly how it is. So
oh yeah,
isn't that how our women hair is in the States, right?
They look the same as the States, but they hair out.
Yeah, that's it.
I just googled Brazil, black Brazilian women hair or natural or Afro or something. What the hell did I Google?
I'm rocking with the one in the middle.
I just
and the one on the left in the white shirt.
I just googled black Brazilian women in images and that's what came up. It was a lot of other pictures like that, but I get it. I get it. No, if they could. It's no major reason why most American black women, if proper treatment of hair, not permanent, not sticking, not gluing weave on it from the time they was 14 and ripping out the edges and all kind of shit like that. Yeah, they probably could successfully pull this off, and I don't think black men in the States would complain too much. And the thing about when they rock hair like that, my woman, she rock her hair similar to how they rocking it, and she I don't know the full process and I don't care about the full procedure, but she could blow dry her hair and straighten it every night. She never permed her hair ever, but she can blow dry her hair and straighten the shit, when she want to wear it straight. Now, if it's hot and she sweat, it's gonna turn back into an afro by the end of the day. But that's okay. That's cool. No big deal. But the fact of the matter is, if they actually wanted to and took the time, they could pull off that look if they wanted to, American black women. But we're gonna go to DJ Kuda. Welcome aboard. Thanks for hopping on the panel. Go ahead, brother. What you got on this?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good. Okay,
man. Bernard, what's going on, man? I haven't heard from Bernard in like a year, man.
It's been a year?
Yeah,
What's happening, man? What's happening? Glad to hear. I duck in on the clouds every now and then and peep you out. But yeah, I be in the clouds. But no, glad to speak to you, man.
But I wasn't welcome anymore, man. I've seen a lot of game talk, a lot of travel talk, a lot of everything going on in the space, and it's kind of what I've been saying the whole time. From the old school shows and stuff. Everything is came full circle. You know what I'm saying? If you've noticed it, everything with the whole tech, with the whole entertainment, with the whole game, with the whole traveling, all of that stuff came full circle. Have y'all noticed that? Or is it just me?
I don't know. I know my channel, I know I've always been progressing in a certain direction and making sure it's presented.
What do you mean full circle?
I'm talking about in the space. Everything came full circle. Everything that I was talking about years ago literally has just became it became full circle. Everything that we've talked about years ago has came full circle, and it's kind of like the space has been trying to like sweep it under a rug and stuff like that. Like we haven't been talking about everything that's going on now, but we'll get into it, man. I've been living in Southeast Asia now that I can mark now for about 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And it's
what country are you in?
I'm in Laos right now, but I lived in Thailand for about 5 months.
Laos.
And I see on the space too, because it's like a lot of passport bros, a lot of dudes go around trolling a lot of people that's actually doing it. And a lot of when you kind of really kind of cross-reference a lot of dudes, you find out a lot of dudes ain't really doing it, that they're not really traveling, like they weekend warriors and stuff like a lot of people been talking about, and everything that I've been saying been coming full circle. Like a couple months ago when I was in Laos, I've gotten into a bit of a tussle with a lot of dudes that haven't been traveling, talking to dudes that have been traveling. Talk about that you don't need game when you go to these foreign countries. Yet I could talk to any brother that's ever traveled, and we could talk and have a laugh about dudes leaving their logic at the airport. But a lot of these women, they do have game. And a lot of these dudes, they want to sweep it under the rug like a lot of women out here don't have game. But people are not stupid. Like, no matter where you go, there you are. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that I've been talking about is becoming full circle. And the space one, they haven't heard this before.
You say the game.
Mm-hmm.
The game of the travel coaches is different. It's not like the game to show a woman your status in the US. Of course, you need common sense game, safety game, as far as that's anywhere. So when we say you don't need game overseas, we're not talking about the game of I got a luxury car, I got a house, I got this status, I got a college degree, that game. But you need logical game when you travel for safety.
First of all, even in the US, you didn't have to show women all of that stuff, and even when you go somewhere else, you don't have to show women all of that stuff. It's really in like your demeanor, how you carry yourself, and what you do and what you have going on. Honestly,
I think that's what we were saying. That's what the travel movement been saying. You don't need that game overseas.
And I'm not going to pose against the travel movement, but I've seen you personally around trolling people, and now
you seen me. You never seen me trolling anybody. You ever probably only seen me defend myself.
Actually, I have, because you were on one of my videos, and I do remember you. Your name is Yoga, right?
It's a lot of guys trolling me, and they was making fake accounts. Tell them, Aaron.
Okay, well, I mean, all right, well, I'll do
I don't even have a YouTube. It was about 4 or 5 guys made videos of me because I'm really out traveling.
No, I wasn't that big. I wasn't offended by it. What I was saying is that, like, a lot of the dudes, because like even I was saying this to Austin before he even came out to Thailand. I was saying a lot of you gotta be careful when you're moving around a lot of these dudes, because a lot of these dudes will pretend like they on your side, and then next minute you're gonna be beefing with them, because a lot of these dudes, they're not really traveling. A lot of people would actually like to hear about traveling and actually go and actually do it, because it requires a lot of balls to travel and to really up and move and unroot yourself and go somewhere else and stuff like that. Dudes in this space been talking about traveling. There's travel content that I've been putting out 3 years ago, and now all of a sudden dudes are like, oh, such and such is a travel bro and all this other stuff. They labeling anybody now that's black that has a passport a travel bro. And a lot of people don't even understand. They don't even know where their verbiage or none of this shit comes from. It comes from a lot of stuff we've been talking about back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no problems. But like I said, when you leave, you still gotta have game with you. You still gotta have some type of game with you. You gotta have a life. A lot of dudes don't have a life, and then they get mad when women don't want to rock with them because they don't have a life to pour that woman into. Women want dudes that have something going on so they can be a part of something. If her life trumps yours, she's not gonna want to be involved with you like that. So that's all I'm saying.
All right. I'm gonna get BMT's response to what you're saying, but shout out to Jackie Jack. Don't be sending me all that damn money, Jackie. Cut it out. But no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. She says, I'm not a passport sis, but I have a passport. Okay, we see you, Stella, trying to get your groove back. We see you. See you. But no, thank you, Jackie. You ain't have to send me all that money. Cut it out. But yeah. Oh, and shit, since I'm shouting out content creators who support, y'all go sub to go sub to Jackie Jack. Go sub to Jackie Jack. Go check her out. Java Joe in the building. I don't even know if you got a channel, but shout out to Bernard Riley BMT for representing professional black men. Thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to you. I'm trying to see if that. Yeah, I think that's it on the super chat end. But shout out to Java Joe, Jackie Jack, and everybody who supported the streams thus far. Sama Abdu, Uncle Stu, Gail. Gail just sent a $5 Cash App as well. So shout out to Gail. She super chatted, sent the Cash App. Shout out to Sir Tice. Shout out to everybody. Shout out. All right. BMT, what's your general response, or your response to what DJ Kuda was saying?
I think when people mention game, they might be thinking about something else as far as, dating in America. Overseas, you just need to know a basis of female nature. That's it. Like, you don't have to focus on game too much overseas, in my opinion, in the countries that I've been in. I'm in Thailand. You're not playing those same little games that you would play in America. But don't be a sucker at the same time. Just understand female nature. Know that more likely she wants to have access to your resources. As long as you understand that, you'll be fine, man. I don't get too caught up in the game talk because it's misleading to a certain degree. In my opinion, it's led a lot of brothers down the wrong road trying to invest in, learning game and taking courses and all this other stuff. When at the end of the day, man, just be a man, be on your purpose, and don't be a sucker. That's all the game quote you need. That's it.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that, but it's a different game that's played overseas. But I do understand where you're coming from.
Right. No, I agree with what you were saying. Like, you definitely need to know a basis of what you're.
About leaving the airport. Who's leave their logic at the airport? Like this is not Colombia or Brazil or the Dominican Republic. When you come to Southeast Asia, there's a whole nother rules set in place for people that that claim they want to trick or spend their money and stuff like that. It's actually a process that you go through. Everything in Southeast Asia is a process. So, anybody telling you anything else, that's false.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Game Changer in the building. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I wanted to talk to the brother about the hair thing that's going on in Brazil versus what's going on in the U.S. When he showed that picture, it just got me thinking back in the 70s when sisters used to wear their hair natural. I really think that in addition to the feel and the smell just being off of most weaves and fake hair, I think what's really men are against is it's a level of defiance. It's almost like a shit test that modern black women are doing with modern black men. They understand that it's something that we don't like. And they understand that it's something that's convenient for them. It's a status symbol for them. It's something that they show off to each other more than they do so to impress us. I think that the thinking behind it is that if they can get us to accept something that we don't like anyway, then automatically you're compromised in the beginning. I think that that's an initial shit test that they put brothers through. And listen, I know this is something that you don't like. However, if you like me well enough, you will accept this crappy ass hair. I mean, they're literally walking around with Brazilian hair in their hair and complaining why you don't get an actual Brazilian. They definitely are failing themselves.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I want to say. I just want to say that it's really more a matter of mentality versus the look and feel of it, even though the look and feel of it is inferior to the natural thing.
Can I ask him a question about that, since I asked the hair question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Now I'm on the same wavelength as him, how the fake weave feels and smells. They can't go work out one day and it smells crazy. Aaron, is it other stuff that in these other countries that they do like our American women do with the weave? Is it any skin lightening type stuff down there in Brazil or these other countries where it's Afro people at? Any other things throw it off? They might not do the weave, but they do something else that we might not like. You get what I'm saying?
That's the beautiful thing about Colombia and Brazil. You know, here in Thailand, they got the lightning cream on the front row of every gas station, right?
Oh, for
They
real?
wear these.
So they bleaching their skin.
Yeah, they be bleaching their
So
skin.
that lightning cream, do it actually work?
No, I mean, do that actually work? Because I was in the Philippines and some of the chicks said that don't actually work. They put it in everything.
You know, they wear the big old hats to cover up so they won't get darker and everything. So you have that more in like Africa and Southeast Asia. In Brazil, I didn't see that at all. Like they embrace everything about blackness in Brazil. And in Colombia too. I mean, you have a lot of women are mixed. Don't get me wrong. You have a lot of mixed women in South America in general. But no, I mean they represent. It's a bit. South America is like it's more based on classism than it's racism is definitely there, but it's so much of a mix. I'll give you an example that the average Colombian family has, you know, a dark-skinned abuela. You see what I'm saying? The dad might be the lighter skin. He might be what you consider to be white Latino. It's such a mix in South America that it's just different. And so as far as them bleaching their skin, hell no, they don't really bleach their skin like that.
So it's Brazil. Is it safe to say from your travels, Aaron, Brazil has the population of Afro or black, what we call black women, that's the most put together natural from the mindset. They got a natural moral mindset and a natural body and hair that you've seen from your travel?
I would say Colombia and Brazil. Yeah, Colombia and Brazil. Yeah, that's all I date is Afro Latina, man. You know, I mean,
so I'm looking at that from a studying aspect. Brazil and Colombia got the strongest pulls, and that's what the place where the most naturalist black women from a physical standpoint and a mental, emotional standpoint of how they feel and think about their natural selves.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, they look at money differently too. You know, these women aren't as selfish as women in America might be, so they're not about to spend money on something they don't need when they can just rock it natural and still, you know, like they're not going to spend it. They look at money. They have a different relationship with money than we do. Like they'll be sending that money for one of them to go to school or go to college or something like that. It's total opposite of America, bro. It's not as much selfish. They don't peacock. The men don't have to peacock to attract women, and the women don't have to make themselves up with a whole bunch of makeup and weave to attract the men. It's just as simple as that. It's not even in their culture, bro.
All right. We got Young J 216 Passport Pookie in the building. I'm just playing. But
Young Jay, what up, bro?
What's up, man?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's
I'm on the road, so let me know. You know, I drive trucks, so my signal might go in and out. What up, Bernard? Aaron, what's good, bro?
What up, player?
Kuda, what up?
What's good, bro?
Salute to the rest of y'all, Yoga, and Game Changer. I just want to say this real quick. I do see the both sides where Kuda and Aaron is talking about with the game shit. I think Kuda, we chopped it up on your panel. And I think you brought up a good point, how brothers who are like out in Thailand, when you broke the game down, like the mama san or what we call like a madam.
About that, because a lot of these dudes ain't out here like that.
Right. And like you broke down like with the madam out there in Thailand. And same thing with like dudes like Aaron, you know, I be in DR a lot. So like we know a lot of them chicks got poppy chulos or what we call a pimp. I mean, it is what it is. But a lot of the content creators don't talk about the other side of that. I think in my opinion, a lot of content creators and the passport side only glorify a lot of these places, and it's not a fair balance of the, I won't necessarily say the downside of things, but the other side of the knowledge of the things in these countries. That's what I want to say.
Well, I'll say that before I pass it to BMT on that, and maybe this is just how it flows on my channel. I think we had a real good conversation about the good and the bad. Even when I talked to 1MT, that was a conversation. When I talked to John, I'm forgetting Sir Tice's homeboy's name, John Pierre. I forgot. It's DJP. No, I'm forgetting the brother's name. Yeah, DJP. Okay, yeah. I forgot Dennis. There we go. Dennis John Pierre. Yeah. I forgot what the D stood for. When I talked to him, we went in heavy about, you know, some of the cons and everything. And then me and BMT just did the same thing. So I don't necessarily see that. I mean, yeah, people are going to talk about the good, you know, going to have a fun conversation about the good, but at least I don't see it from where I'm sitting that they are not also giving men advice on what to look out for, and this could be a problem, and do this, don't do that. I do hear them talking, you know, do's and don'ts. You know, only area where I see them, you know, sometimes they may get to, you know, head in the clouds, high on, oh, the women are so beautiful and so feminine, and just oh my god, they're so amazing. Like, yeah, you do hear a certain amount of groveling, but I also hear conversations on, hey, but be careful, watch out for this. You know, I hear those conversations. So there's that. But BMT, what's your take on that? With Young Jay just put out?
I mean, he's right. You know, for guys that come out there, and I see it all the time. Like a guy go to a country for the first time, he might spend a week or two out there, and he'll be speaking on things, not really understanding the total full layout of, you know, how it works overseas. I get it, but everybody got to start somewhere. You know, guys, you know, they have different experiences, and they just decide to tell their story half the time, and they'll learn. Like I say, I tell guys all the time that, hey, you know, you still got to, you know, move a certain way overseas. Don't be a sucker. Don't let people take advantage of you. You know, don't be so naive. You know, I've ran into guys that were extremely naive, you know, to foreign women. I'd be like, nah, bro, that's just not how it goes down. You know, she wants something up out of this. So I get it, man. But, you know, everybody has their own little experience. You know, everybody going to have to learn.
But see,
is anybody advocating for men to be naive before travel?
That's the game I'm talking about.
You say, am I advocating for guys to be naive?
No, I'm asking BMT, is anybody advocating for men to be naive before travel?
I don't think so.
A lot of people are.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
A lot of people are advocating for dudes to be naive. Like that. That's the whole stupid arguments I've been getting into with the whole thing about having game before you leave. You got to have street smarts. Like I said, I don't think dudes should really even try to travel Southeast Asia until like a little bit over 23, 25 years old, because you got to be around and been outside and done some stuff before you really come to places like here. It's a little bit different. It's a lot different out here.
So I agree with you, BMT. Nobody is really saying that, at least as far as I know, that you should just forget everything that you learned about women before traveling to anywhere.
No, it's someone saying that.
Huh?
It's some YouTubers like the guy saying, some YouTuber advocating to wear your jewelry and all of that and go ahead and travel and stuff.
Which one? I want to look up his channel. That's interesting.
Because
I'm not trying to call nobody out, but I know who you're talking about.
You're welcome to do that.
Okay, well, the YouTuber Queese in the Streets, he showed where he almost got jacked in Cartagena for his gold and diamond necklace. Then he turned around and advocated, but I'm gonna still go ahead and do it, and you guys can go ahead and do it. And I say, don't tell guys from the DC, Maryland, Virginia area to go down there with that necklace like that, because it's an emotion. Thing.
Hold on, real quick. Time out. BMT, are you familiar with this Queese in the Street guy? Is he like part of your clique?
I've heard of him, but I haven't watched a lot of his content though. But no, I'm not too familiar.
No,
well, could you put his thing in the back chat, please?
Hold on, I'm glad he said that. I'm from the DMV area too, and you know how we get down and stuff like that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, hold on, y'all not telling these dudes the actual truth. When y'all be going to certain places, you can't move the same way like you move at home and stuff like that. Like these dudes be thinking they can go outside. Like I've been saying this for a long time. A trick needs way more game than a player. And I don't understand why people don't get this. And this is what they quote unquote claim to do for a living and shit like that. Like, honestly, if you're dealing with broads and stuff like that, stop taking them back to where you mainly stay. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna pay to play, yeah, nigga, you gonna have to pay to play. You go get you a little spot and you take her there. But she should know where your passport at and all this other weird shit at. And y'all niggas, all kinds of shit be happening to niggas overseas. And I was gonna do a whole show on it, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let niggas live, because I said I was gonna do a whole show on that.
No, you should. You should.
No, I've been doing shows on that, but it's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna be, because every time I say something, niggas don't fuck with me because it's me that's saying it and shit like that. And they be knowing what I'm saying is the truth. And I don't get that shit. And it's like funny because like people be trying to play stupid, especially here in these on the internet streets and shit like that. Y'all be trying to play stupid. I'll be bringing common sense to y'all attention, and then y'all wait till a whole bunch of other brothers get fucked up behind the shit, and then it's like, oh man, such and such. And then people don't even have like they fucking disrespect wasn't as loud as their apology. If I get one, you understand what I'm saying? So I've been telling dudes. So
we seen a drugging in Colombia, a drugging like once a week now, once every 2 weeks of Americans or Canadians dying.
I've been telling dudes it was gonna happen. I'm like, okay, y'all keep telling brothers they don't need game going to these places and they don't need to have their head on a swivel. Y'all dead.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about game or street smarts, bro?
I'm talking.
Yeah, you gotta say street smarts. That's where you confusing us at.
Nah, it's the same thing as game.
No, it's not relationship game because people think relationship.
Listen, because y'all niggas be letting words fuck y'all up. Listen, wherever you go, you need to be on point. That's bar none.
Well, you give them more specific breakdown. Give them more specific breakdown, a sub breakdown. You feel me?
Because when the shit come down on them, that shit ain't gonna give them a specific breakdown. Wherever you go as a black man, you need to be on point. And y'all cursed me out for that shit. So nah, man, fuck that.
Who had a problem? Who had a problem with street smart? With me and having street smart out there?
You came here amped up, player. You amped up over here.
Yeah, I'm just hold on.
Anyhow, y'all saying niggas gotta have street smarts or whatever. Y'all run it back to this Pookie and Ray game shit. So I'm gonna just say
I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Like
you came here amped up, player.
Yeah, it's like
and y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know, but it's like you came in like I don't know who you've been in a 12-round fight with about this shit, but I don't. I mean, I don't
know exactly what I'm talking about.
I understand that there's game wars and guys have debated how much game actually works and how much game. Hold on, real quick, bro. Relax. Hold on. We can't even hear you, right? So just hold on a second. Understand that there was some game wars that took place, and I was like, I concluded that needed to stop. But I understand that there's some guys that debate how much game really works and how much it doesn't work, and how much you got to have versus when you're dealing with women overseas because it's a different environment. But nobody is advocating for black men to go out and engage in behaviors that will get them jacked in a third world country. Nobody is advocating for that. I haven't heard nobody say go in blind. Like it's like you're. I mean, like, bro, I just keep it real, man. I don't. You came up here fighting the air like Cuba Gooding Jr., man. I don't know what's going on.
Saying this, I disagree with that because y'all know street smarts is having game, and y'all trying to play like it ain't.
I know, but okay, but if somebody else made a distinction between the two to where there's interpersonal, social, man to woman dynamics of game versus there's don't rock a gold chain in an alley in a third world country game.
Exactly.
Clearly everybody agreed that you shouldn't. Hold on,
exactly.
Real quick. Clearly everybody agreed that you shouldn't rock a $10,000 gold chain in an alley in a third world country, but people have hold on real quick, but people do have disagreements about the level of hold on real quick. People have disagreements. Hold on, Cuda. People have disagreements about the overall level of mouthpiece that's required when it comes to getting women over here versus getting women over there. That's where the person who probably don't got that mouthpiece over here in these American streets probably do a little better over there where the same type of mouthpiece isn't required. They can play to their strengths more. That's what they're talking about when they say they don't need game. They're not talking about going somewhere and getting jacked in a third world country.
Exactly.
Nah, that's
and nobody's saying you're wrong, by the way. We're just trying to make some clarifications. That's all.
I mean, it's just like you came up just to try to pin an L on somebody.
No, it's not it's some stuff it's some stuff that we've been talking about for a long time, and now we're trying to play like we haven't been talking about this for a long time.
Who really got on your nerves, Cool? Go ahead and tell us. Who trolled you, brother?
You came in here from left field with it, though. We weren't even talking about that before you came in here, bro. You just came in here.
Yeah, who got on your nerves, bro? Who trolled you?
And took it to another direction.
That's gaslight. Ain't nobody trolling.
We were talking about natural hair Brazilian women and how natural they are and how they think about being natural.
Y'all talking about surface level shit. I'm talking about the real shit that we've been talking about for a long time. Everybody been talking about this whole.
You need to go to the boxing gym, brother. I'm going to tell you. Go ahead and go to the gym for the day. You need to release that aggression, get it off today.
Nah, you wrong, and you probably.
No, I'm right. I'm being for real.
But what I'm saying is that there was a lot of people just dating back like a month or two ago that I was getting into it with, and they were like, "Oh, nah, you don't need no game. You could just."
Well, who are these people? Go ahead and tell us. Who are they?
Hold on. What was they saying?
There's a lot of travel. It's a lot of fake travel bros that you can't verify ever been anywhere. It's a bunch of people that have been talking about this, and this been an ongoing conversation in the manosphere before it even got to the passport shit. And what I was saying was like, okay, yeah, there's a whole saying that, look, dog, if you leave your logic at the airport, you're gonna get fucked up in these countries. These dudes are like, oh, as soon as you get off the airplane, bitches gonna be all over you and all this other weird shit. That's not true. A lot of that shit ain't true.
Yeah, no. Dennis John Pierre said that it's not true that they're going to be all over you as soon as you get off the
And I've been saying this for a long time.
It depends on the guy's experience, because a guy can fly to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, right there, Sassuolo, and all the beautiful women. Hold on, and all the beautiful women in the airport, right there. And soon, as soon as 10 minutes there in Sassuolo, and then they covered by women, so that'll be their experience. And then they'll go and say, hey, as soon as I got off the plane in Sassuolo, they was everywhere, and it is like that. It depends on where you're at.
Talking about pros though, dude. You gotta put it in context.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what the guys be talking about.
Hey, you talking to a Sasua vet, bro, so you can't even run that game on me. Bro.
Listen, that's not game. What I'm telling you is a newbie to Sassuolo will go to Sassuolo, go to Puerto Plata. I seen it happen. And when they get off the airplane, they're like, wow, they think that's how it is all over the DR, but they only went to Puerto Plata and Sassuolo, and they come back home and they be like, hey, as soon as I got out the cab, women were everywhere. But then I have to tell them if they go to the capital, it's not like that. That does happen. Y'all know that.
Have you been to Sasua?
Come on, brother.
Have you been there?
I'm giving you the world experience. That's what I'm saying. I've traveled.
You got to answer with yes or no. You got okay.
Yes, I own land there. Yes, I have a Disalende from there. I got a title to land there. I'm in Sasua a lot. What I'm telling you is a newbie, a rookie will say that. Because if that's their first time seeing it, I saw it. They first time seeing it, that many women, as soon as they get out the cab, they went right back to Atlanta and told everybody it was heaven. And then when they kept going longer, they were like, oh, no, it's not like that all the time. So it depends on when they go and where they go and what airport they go to. It might be like that.
Man, man, a lot of these dudes that's talking this travel shit has never even traveled. I don't, you know.
Oh, I stayed in Sassuolo 6 months at a time on my chunks. When I go, I'm handling business there, so I see it and I know it. I know what a Ricky first time to Sassuolo, he come down there and spend all his money. I see it every other week. So the first time, guys, they got to be emotionally prepared to see all those beautiful women and they coming at them. A lot of guys not emotionally prepared. We call it tender dick. But after you come and you see it and you get used to it, then you actually be tired of it. You see, so you taking the accounts of a lot of Rickies, weekend warriors. Of course, all of them they're gonna say that. That's their real life experience, even though that's not the real reality in that country. We do have to decipher.
A lot of rookies and weekend warriors are the niggas that actually got the fucking microphone, because the niggas that's actually traveling are actually.
Well, that's what they're gonna say. There's no reason to be mad at them. That is their true experience. They only went for 2 days, so they're gonna tell you what they know.
Let me ask BMT this, because you somebody. BMT is somebody who's been, living over there for a while, and you got a channel, and you got, Facebook groups with lots of people in it and everything. You got, like I said earlier, like right there, you got, you got over damn near 30 people there with your t-shirts on and shit. So like you talk to a lot of brothers within this, like within those groups, within those circles, the people with limited experience that's that's talking the most and saying things that may not be completely true within the community, would you say that y'all correct them and try to rein them in? Like, wait, hold on, bro, you on the right road, but you're driving too fast. I mean, you know, do y'all do? Is it baked into the cake of the community that y'all kind of do that to, you know, help the brothers out?
Of course, man. You know, we have a patriarchy. So you got guys who've been traveling for 30-some years, been to 30-some odd countries. Yeah, they're gonna give us the information that we need to kind of educate the younger bros who just start traveling out here. We have the patriarchy again. So yeah, most definitely. And some guys might take it the wrong way, because we all know how some of us grew up in, you know, in the Black community without having any type of masculinity around. But, you know, hopefully when you travel, man, you can kind of, you know, grow. You can grow into the man you want to be by taking knowledge and being around other masculine men. That's the power of a patriarchy.
All right. No guarantees in the building, says here, because Kuda. Thanks, Pastor BR and BMT. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Excuse me. I mean, just in the conversations that I've seen, the people that I've talked to, yeah, if you're talking about something like traveling, yeah, you're going to talk about the good aspects of it. But I do, at least from what I hear, and granted, I'm not in every conversation, but definitely when the conversation happens over here, and definitely when I listen in on a lot of the conversations, I do hear brothers giving advice on what to do and what not to do. And even Pablo admitted that there are some people that are doing a lot of cheering from the cheap seats, and those people, you know, kind of get, you know, they get reprimanded and corrected by the people within the group. So
and let me say something real quick. Taking advice from older men is not looking for a daddy. You know, we gotta get out of that. Like, you know, somebody made a comment talking about, you telling people to look for their daddy overseas. No, bro, it's normal in most cultures to get advice or knowledge from older men that's twice your age. That's the problem that we have coming in our community. Guys come out there and they think they know everything already, and they only 22 years old. It's impossible for you to know everything already. You haven't been here that long.
Hey, Yoga, yeah. I gotta mute you up. Well, when you're ready to speak, go ahead and unmute. But yeah, you got some background noise. I think you're on the road. Well, yeah, you did say you was on the road. So yeah, you got background noise. Game Changer, sound like you was trying to jump in and say something.
Yeah, I was curious about this Keys from the Street person. I was looking him up. I couldn't find him. If you could put the link to his page.
Oh, I think I found it. Oh
yeah, if you could put that.
It's Keys in the Streets. He wears a fitted cap and a skinny gold chain. He gives good information about Sasua, Cartagena, as far as hotels. But we was talking, and I'm in Sasua a lot, and he showed the video from Cartagena. The girl tried to snatch the necklace while the other girl and guy distracted him right by the wall city. He showed it, and then he went right back out the next day with it, and then followed up and told the people in the chat that asked them, hey, you gonna put up the chain? Oh no, this is how I do it in DC. You're gonna die in the States. I'm gonna be myself outside the States. And then it started the whole thing on his panel, and there was too many young guys in there, and I clicked in and I had to say something, because I don't want a young guy 22 years old feeling good about he got a real diamond chain in the US, and he go down there to Cartagena. That girl smile at him. They hit him with the scopolamine. They play something on him just walking around the Wall City. They can get him. And he's listening to Queese and listening to these guys on YouTube and thinking, oh, they did it. I can do it. And those guys are 38 telling 20-year-olds to do that. And I had to say no.
Yeah. Well, no, I get what you're saying. I don't really understand why one would bring that up on Bernard's show when Bernard doesn't advocate for anything like that. You know, that is kind of random. But I am curious for my own purposes. Like I would like to address that separately. So if you could put his information in the private.
Yeah, he has the video up on his channel of the girl, how they played it out. He commentates it.
If you could just put the channel there, you know.
I got you. Hold on, wait, real quick. Hold on, no, everybody chill. I got you. I got it. I found it, and I'm gonna put it in the private chat for. Hold on, Kuda. Wait, I don't know if Kuda can hear me.
No, because I'm trying to tell you that's because dudes in space haven't had a real conversation about they like dealing with hood bitches. Niggas don't even want to.
Okay. So yeah, Bernard, it's not in a private chat yet.
No, I was in the process of putting that in there. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to what Kuda said real quick because I didn't get that. It's like you're not breaking up. Your mic is doing something. It's funny. I'm talking to Kuda about his mic, but no, something is happening where it's like it goes out kind of. But basically, when somebody else is when you talk at the same time as somebody, it's like yours literally like mutes. Like I can't hear you at all. So I missed what you said. But my thing is everybody that you could talk to that has a channel and speaks on Passport and Traveling and Black Men Traveling would agree that shit is stupid to say. If you're wearing an expensive gold chain and you almost get jacked, and then you can say, no, I'm still wearing it the same wearing the same chain in the same area, and I don't care. I'm gonna do it. Like, I think everybody would generally agree that was stupid. I think most people would I think most people would just easily say, hey, okay, that's stupid. Let's let's try to send brothers in the direction of like 1MT who was on my show and unprompted said, you got to make sure you don't need all that jewelry and all that stuff. That's shit you need out here for some people to get attention from women. They got to get flashy and get dressed up and have a nice car and fancy, fucking bracelets and shit. That I've heard most of them say that's not a thing over there. Just go out. You can just get dressed in regular clothes and just go out. You don't got to do all that extra flashy shit. That's what I've heard most people say. Yeah, so I mean, but that guy right there. I mean, I understand if y'all want to take the opportunity to ride on him, but I think everybody, I think most people agree that he's an idiot for that shit. But go ahead, Kuda. You were saying something.
No, I was saying because a lot of dudes they act like they don't go after hood women. Like hood women are on people's dating pools. They go after them. So a lot of dudes won't mind, even from DC, from the DMV area and stuff like that, where we used to shit like that happening and stuff like that. We got to prepare for stuff like that. They don't mind going to Sosua and dating an exotic Keisha or some shit like that. And y'all be pretending like it's not there and stuff like that, and dudes are like, oh, Kuda, you wrong for saying that a lot of these dudes are sending dudes into prostitute pits. That's exactly what you sending a lot of these people into and stuff like that. That's why you gotta do your homework on a lot of people that's sending you out of the country into some of these places. How would you like it if I told you, yo, if you're not from America, as soon as you get to America, as soon as you land in LAX, you need to get all your suit, your luggage and everything and go straight to Figueroa and deal with those women on Figueroa. They're going to take care of you. How would you feel if I said that? Wouldn't somebody say something? No, it's quiet.
I was just listening. I was getting my next super chat ready. I don't know if anybody else wanted to
I have something to say if there's silence. I was looking at this guy that you sent me. I was looking at the link that you sent me, his channel. And he was saying, don't wear chains.
Yeah, notice how it was quiet though.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, he's saying that after we had the big thing on the panel that time when he was live and he showed that he got snatched. He said he's gonna keep wearing his. And that's
he said don't bite off more than you. So
so they're sending a message. You see, the video says don't wear chains, but then when you look at the video, he's saying, oh, I'm gonna keep wearing mine. And that's what the young brothers from America, from DC, that's following him will do. They be like, well, Keith's wearing his still, even though he did a video saying that. See, he did a video to get you click, but then in there he's saying, oh no, go on and do yours, man. If you do it in the hood, in the back in the States, you can do it down there. That's what it's overall sending.
Yeah, that dude sounds like an idiot, and I think most people agree that he's an idiot. If he's doing exactly what's being described, I don't know him, and I have no reason to defend him.
And that's why I don't want to throw dirt on his name because I don't know him. But from what I've seen, for a minute and 16 seconds.
I'm not saying throw dirt on the name, but I was on the live panel. I was on the live panel where he said,
hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, bro. With Game Changer, tell me what you've seen in the last minute 30. I really don't. I don't want to get too deep into a conversation about a nigga I don't even know. But go ahead, GC. What did you see in the
last minute 30? He was giving advice like, if you're going to eat upstairs, type deal. Because he never seen anybody jump off a moto and run upstairs of a restaurant to jack somebody. So he was giving advice like that, and
yeah, I have. I have.
Oh, okay. So you have,
Yeah.
you know, so I think he was just saying that to add an extra layer of safety. I'm not trying to protect him or anything like that, but he was saying specifically, don't wear your chains. He said, I know I wear mines, but don't bite off more than you could chew, and don't have more than you're willing to risk. So I don't know. I'm not saying that he has good advice, but it is good advice to not wear your chain, and that's his advice.
All right, let me get to the super chats, and I'll gotta say something real quick. But Ace Fast in the building says, a man does need game overseas. Too many guys are being set up, robbed, drugged, and killed on not understanding genuine desire and lust versus being an easy lick. Having game can save your life overseas. And again, it looked like the distinction between people talking about mouthpiece versus having street smart. So some people are saying that you don't need as much mouthpiece over there, but you still do need to use the same survival skills you have. If you from fucking Baltimore and you find yourself in Brazil, whatever you did to survive in Baltimore without getting jacked and shot or killed or whatever, those same skills apply over there. I think everybody understands that, but that's sort of get into what I'm about to address right after I read the super chat. Conversation was going well, but of course someone has to come up with that elementary-ish, talking about game-ish, not talking about game, shaking my head. Niggas will never change. Here's my thing, and this is Kuda. What you're doing is similar to what a lot of people do when they try to either criticize the manosphere or criticize, red pill or whatever. They will highlight some shit that and say that this is a problem. The thing that they're highlighting is some shit that everybody agree with. You're basically saying stuff that I think. Hold on, wait, real quick. Let me finish.
Oh, no,
you're saying some. Yes, hold on. You gotta let me finish. I think you're saying shit that everybody agree with. No. But if you say it, if you say it as if nobody agrees with it, then you get to shit on everybody else's content and everything that they're saying. But then simultaneously go and speak to the same sentiments that everybody else is saying. It's a corner to market strategy. It's little Caesars trying to say that Domino's Pizza got nasty pizzas. You're in the pizza selling business too.
There's a difference if I'm saying something and not getting gaslighted and lied to, and then turn around, y'all come right back around to what I was saying and try to make it seem like it was a grandiose idea.
But no, you're saying it. No, is that you're saying it as if other people don't agree with it, and so that's the problem.
Exactly.
It's when people
universally agreed on. No, that's BS. It wasn't universally agreed on. Y'all disagreed at first, and then when somebody gave y'all some, now y'all come around and start agreeing with it, and then try to gaslight like I didn't say that.
Who disagreed with the notion that you shouldn't bring the same? Hold on, yoga. You got background noise. Who disagreed with the notion that you shouldn't whatever survival skills that stop. Whatever survival skills kept you alive growing up in Detroit, that if you go to a third world country, who said you shouldn't apply those same survival skills?
That's wrong. When I say something with that has common sense, everybody disagrees and try to make it seem like, oh, you're just trying to sell the game, all your bullshit, and then turn right back around and say the same thing I'm saying, and then try to make it seem like they said something profound or something like that, or they came up on something profound. That's bullshit. And y'all know that.
I think your whole conversation is BS, brother. You arguing with nobody. You fighting with nobody. You came to fight with nobody.
No, I didn't come in.
Are you mad?
At the wrong time. You late to the party, so you don't know what's going on. So respectfully, stay out of it.
Yeah, this sounds. Kuda.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know, but it's almost. It just sounds like you're mad because I don't even want to go there.
Bernard, I want to talk about something right quick, if I may. It's because it's a lot of brothers out there that be advocating for drinking Flint water, like straight out the tap at a public hospital and stuff like that. you know, and I definitely would want to address those brothers. I definitely want to say that, you know, those brothers don't know what they're talking about. I've been advocating for not drinking Flint water directly from a hospital faucet for quite some time. And the brothers that advocate for that need to be addressed. They definitely need to be addressed for that. Do you agree with me, Bernard?
Yeah, I agree with you.
You will have to call out their name, though. Call them out by name if you truly addressing them. And if Kuda's not doing it.
I agree.
Kuda's not doing that. We asking who you talking about, Kuda.
Hold on, wait, no, yeah, GC, I agree. You made an agreeable statement, but you would have to first substantiate the claim that there's a bunch of people advocating for drinking Flint water.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
The focus.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
The focus of their content may not be don't drink Flint water.
Man, you know who I'm talking about. Bernard, stop.
Who are you talking about?
You know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Stop pretending like you don't know who I'm talking about. Y'all just saying it from the beginning. But when I say it, you know, y'all against me. But I was the person that said don't drink the Flint water directly from the hospital tap. So, you know, it's some busters out here that's talking about drinking that good Flint water. And I'm just saying that don't listen to them, listen to me. Because I'm the one who originally said don't drink Flint water from the hospital tap. That's all I'm saying. But y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about nobody. And y'all need to understand that when I'm talking about this straw man, that, you know, he needs to be addressed.
All right, Trey. Yeah, Trey. You seemed like you was trying to also derail the conversation, but when you said you telling people to look for a daddy or whatever, I guess you can come up and I guess we can. Hey, yoga, you got bad background, bro. So I guess we can circle the conversation back to something directly with the main guest, BMT. Go ahead, Trey. What did you have to say to him or whatever?
No, man, no derailment here. Just as simple, you know, I've been at this since 2003, man. And
do you drink Flint tap water?
No, you know me. But
so how come you don't address these dudes that tell other dudes to drink Flint tap water?
Well, it's part of what I'm saying here. Is what you know, BMT, you know, you the homie BMT, but I can't advise dudes coming overseas that have no sense of a masculine frame and coming from a patriarchal background. You just can't help it. If a dude's been under the spell of quiche or a single mom and he's 22 years old, there's nothing I can tell him. He's going to go out there and listen to the dude telling him to rock his chain in Sosua, rock his chain, you know, in the hoodiest hoods of Central America.
But
he's going to do what he do.
Fortunately, there's much better and smarter content creators who says don't rock the chain. Like 1MT who literally said that on my channel. BMT who would say don't do that. I don't even listen to Austin Holloman, but I'm pretty sure he's saying don't go over there with iced out. You know, I'm sure there's enough content creators that say don't do that shit.
Bernard, I was the guy in Honduras that briefed dudes every single week. Don't do this. Don't go here. Just don't do it. And what they do? They in my office a week later. They did it.
Yeah, well, you did the right thing telling them not to do it. Fortunately,
because that was my job.
Unfortunately, there's a whole passport community of brothers who are also saying don't be in a third world country rocking gold chains.
Now, here's the deal, Bernard, from, you know, just my own anecdotal experience, just being all over this world, is some dudes just ain't gonna listen. So I'm not wasting my time and energy, you know, telling dudes over and over, don't drink the Flint water when they can see the water as brown as can be.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, if another dude wants to do it, that's on them.
But hold on.
I agree with what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you, bro.
Flint water, because a lot of dudes don't know. They're not up on game about Flint water. So
what are you talking about Flint water for? I'm confused.
All right, GC.
All right, well, look at this.
We got it, GC.
Okay.
Look at this.
So you're not gonna drink it because you live in Michigan, Bernard. I mean, I'm trying to look out for you because you live in Michigan, and you might find yourself in a Flint hospital one day. And I'm trying to look out.
We got it. We got it.
Flint water thing coming.
We got it. No. It was a good analogy. It was a good analogy. It ran its course. Now go ahead, Kuda.
It's dry. Like you can take all the slick shots you want, but this is what I'm saying. Y'all acting like y'all not giving people game by saying, yo, don't wear your chain. Yo, don't do this. Don't do that. But you telling people not to listen to game. And then when you give people that type of information and they don't listen to you, why get mad? You said don't listen to game. And y'all acting like y'all not giving game out, saying, yo,
wait, you talking
hey,
to
bro,
trade?
don't do that. They doing this over there. Hey, don't do that. They doing that over there. Yo, don't do that.
No.
They doing that over there. You like, yo, let me give you some game. I wouldn't wear that
It
over.
sounds like he's just trying to argue, man. He's just trying to
No,
argue.
because y'all know what the hell I'm talking about.
I get what
but
Kuda's saying.
But nobody's disagreeing with you. We just trying to get
Yeah.
a definition of what the game is, bro. We talking about it's a big difference between relationships in America and safety overseas. So that's all we're doing.
One thing is that Kuda, real quick, I got your back, Kuda. I got one thing that the issues are being juxtaposed. Now, I've talked about this with BMT. We used to talk about this a lot. Me, you, Pablo, the passport guys, all this is that when you're dealing with women who are relaxed in their femininity, you naturally let your guard down. And where Kuda's coming from is, okay, you can let your guard down. You ain't dealing with a chick from Baltimore, but at the same time, her female nature is going to be her female nature. You got to stay aware.
Now you're talking about the
that's what I said.
The male female aspect of game, and then when you get around a woman that's feminine and behaving herself a certain way, that there's some her feminine wiles might cause you to drop your guard down a little bit and expose yourself for a punch. It might happen, but I don't know anybody that's saying drop your guard down in terms of making sure that that some third world country hustling dudes don't mug you in the alley. I don't hear people saying that, so that's where it turns into a senseless conversation.
Well, it's the same.
Not that,
to pretend like hold on.
Saying that is my point. Like, see, they're not saying that, and that's the problem with this space. Trey, what was the last country you've been to?
I'm in Canada right now.
Do you drink the water?
Yeah.
So you advocating for brothers to drink Canadian water directly from the hospital tap? See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
You're not telling people not to do it.
I do the research, bro. What I tell guys is this, and everybody in my channel know when I did that kind of content before I got shadow banned, was look, learn the language, learn the culture. It's that easy. If you don't speak the language, first of all, she could be walking you to an ambush, and you'd never know it.
I'm just saying you should give the game on Canadian water to people.
Boy. All right, let me get to some super chats. Hopefully, we got some good questions coming from the super chat end. But Ash L in the building says conversation was going well, but of course, someone has to come up in with the elementary ish talking about game. I already read that one. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. Where we at on this? Shout out to Saint Cyr. He says, why are some of these guys letting people dictate where they travel based on women? They never thought about traveling different destinations on their own. That's a problem, folks, not thinking on their own. I thought I heard people making suggestions about where to travel. BMT, did you say people are trying to dictate where other people travel?
Sometimes, you have those guys that try to like shame you for like being a South American guy. They want everybody to go to Africa. You do have that.
Oh yeah.
But men gonna do what it's their resources. They're gonna travel where they want to travel. I got guys that love Eastern Europe. I got guys that love Southeast Asia. Wait,
hold on. You said something interesting. You said people trying to cycle people back to Africa. You said within the Passport Bro movement, is there like some Pan-African isms floating in there that's trying to cycle everybody back to Africa?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty much.
That's interesting.
And they shame the guys that like South America or Thailand or Southeast Asia too. So you do have a little bit of that.
That's interesting. That's an angle I haven't heard talked about that much. That's interesting.
It's big because
they make videos about us all the time.
Because I remember, I don't know if you remember BMT. A lot of the guys used to get on 1MT about advocating for Europe.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I like how 1MT has that chart with the red in the green countries. He has like a whole thing like which countries has the most cooperative, attractive women. And some of them were in Europe. He's traveled
that chart,
a lot.
is that
It's a map.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about people, the weight, the obesity rates in red.
No. I'm talking about I know what you're talking about. But 1MT, he actually has one that monitors which countries have the most attractive and cooperative women.
How do they measure or quantify that?
Well, from his own personal experience and from brothers he talked to that travel. So
yeah, when you talked about a chart, I was thinking it's some actual.
Oh no, like it's an actual. No, this is something that he made up that he put on his website. He made up with evidence from anecdotal evidence from people that he spoke to. But nevertheless, you want to know, like if you look at his things, like okay, a lot of brothers traveled here, and this is what they report back. It's kind of like a Yelp review of a place.
All right, cool. He says, microphone boy dissed passport bro. Oh shit. Okay, here we go. Microphone boy dissed passport bros for 2 years, and now he a passport bro. Make it make sense. He made no one. He mad. No one reached out to him in Thailand.
Let me respond to that because actually we've been pushing people to travel more than 2-3 years ago, and that's where the whole Marco thing is. And a lot of y'all trying to vicariously live through Marco. And that's where the whole Marco and Jessica X situation popped off. So don't talk to me about nothing. Because a lot of y'all are new here. We've been pushing people to travel for more than 3 years ago. So don't even and I actually did it. Because you got talking about traveling, still haven't traveled.
Hey, Kuda, can I ask you a question, brother?
Matter of fact, when you come to DC, why don't you go to Southeast and go to Wheeler Road as soon as you get off the plane and see what they're gonna tell you.
You said something about me. What you say?
Go ahead, real quick. Yoga. You was trying to jump in. Go ahead.
Okay, Kuda. The way you positioning yourself like you're an OG travel, like you the travel authority. I've been trying to tell people 3 years ago to travel. I go and travel in the Dominican Republic and meet 70-year-old men that been traveling since they was in the military. They've been traveling longer than I've been living.
Good for you. I never
hold on. I'm saying the way you send it up, the way. Listen, the way you're talking, the way you're setting it up and talking it. I've been trying to tell people for 3 years. It's like you're mad that you told people 3 years ago to travel, and now it's a big push on YouTube about everybody traveling. Man, brothers been telling people to travel since back in the 1970s when they came back from the Vietnam and the Korean War.
Good for you and good for them. Y'all didn't get the same type of backlash I got. Good for you and good for them.
It's like you're jealous about you're not big on YouTube for traveling or something. It's like you're mad about it.
But does this mean when I go to when I go to Thailand, when I go to Thailand, do I got to check in? Do I got to check in?
You got to tap in.
Nigga, if you
ain't shit.
If you got the same bitch ass niggas telling you about some shit that you've been saying a long time ago, you would have something to say. Don't talk to me about that.
Why are you mad and cussing? Why are you cussing and mad? Man, we relaxed up here. We chilling.
When did you get into this place? Because you just got here and you talking.
Hey, Yoga called him out. He triggered now.
I gotta be real with you, bro.
He called you out, bro.
You mad because you're not big on YouTube with traveling. You mad because you ain't big on YouTube with traveling. I travel, bro. Hold on. Let me show you something.
I want to be on YouTube with traveling. I should downplay my traveling.
Welcome to paradise. You know it's nice.
Oh, my heart.
Paradise life, baby. You mad because you're not big on YouTube? Don't catch feelings, catch flights. Don't catch feelings, catch flights.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You angry at everybody for no reason. You fight nobody.
Who am I angry at?
We were talking about Brazilian women, and you came in with some bad energy. We was having a good show about Brazilian women, and you mad because you're not. Hold on, Bernard. He wanted to be the star of your show. That's what it is. Bernard, do a one-on-one show with this guy and give him his light. He been telling people for 3 years about traveling and do it. Bernard, say, hey, this guy could have been telling us for years to travel, and he never got his light. I want to bring him up and let everybody in the travel community know this is the OG. He the originator, but he only 29, 30 years old, but he is the originator of the whole travel movement. DJ Kuda, let's go right now. You got the movement. You got the spotlight. Do it. Yo, world. Go ahead, Kuda. Who want to listen?
I never said anything.
Hold on, we listening now. Hold on, you got the mic. Everybody in the travel community listening. Go ahead, tell us. Preach to us, Kuda. Go ahead.
Nobody talking about traveling because number one, I don't claim to be a passport bro. That's what you claim to be. You be nut riding everybody that talk about.
Amen, Kuda. Amen. Keep going.
I don't claim to be no passport bro.
All right, Deacon Dave in the building says.
Half them niggas fake anyway.
Deacon Dave in the building says game dudes treat common sense like it's sage wisdom. They can't turn that off. It's a defect. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. And Ace Fast in the building says a man needs street smarts and game. Okay. Most danger that a man faces comes from that supermodel looking chick that's being feminine and traditional. Overseas, both traits are needed, period. Nobody is arguing with the street smarts aspect of it. Just it's been some different disagreement about how much of a mouthpiece you need to have when pursuing foreign women. I think that was the only real debate or disagreement. I haven't heard anybody advocate for behavior that will get you jacked. I just, nobody advocates for that. But yeah, this what the fuck? We're I don't even know where to go.
These guys frustrated because their YouTube's not big. They think they supposed to be big.
Come on, man. I'm trying to
this nigga new to the conversation, bro. You don't even know what you're talking about. Just get out of here, bro.
All right.
That is comedy.
Yeah,
hey, I travel longer than you, and I travel more extensively than you. Yeah, I got all of that. And I'm not mad. If you travel, why you so mad? Why are you not relaxed? Travelers are the happiest guys on the planet.
You don't even know what
travelers are happy. Travelers are happy. Traveling black men are happy.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Traveling black men are happy.
Yeah,
you're not happy.
Yeah, bro. Like you be in Southeast Asia, bro. You in Southeast Asia right now, right, Kuda?
I've been here for a long time. Everybody know.
I'm saying, but where though? But whereas that you in Thailand?
He capping, y'all. He too mad. He too mad to be in Asia.
I've been in Bangkok.
He in Texas somewhere.
You shut the fuck up. Damn. I've been living in Bangkok for more than 5 months, and like I said, I've been doing this way before this shit even really took off. So like,
well, why you so angry then? Why you not happy?
Shut the fuck up.
You cussing. You sound like you smoke cigarettes and you stressed.
You got a reverb.
You the opposite of a traveler. You the opposite of a traveler. You got stressed
get
by.
Your audio straight.
You got stressed by.
Mute and get your audio straight.
This is a nigga moment.
All right. I called young. Okay.
He's always talking and their audio ain't straight.
Oh crap.
Mute and get your audio straight. Now, first of all, like I said,
I've
been out here for more than, like I said, half a year. I lived in Bangkok for more than 5 months, and then I came back to Laos, like I said. But I've been chilling. Like I'm downplaying this passport shit. Stop calling me a passport, bro. I'm not no fucking passport, bro. Y'all gotta stop with that shit.
You came here with this whole argument, brother. You came here with the whole argument.
Nigga, ain't nobody came in with the argument. I was talking about something completely different.
Stop calling me the N-word. Stop calling me the N-word.
We can hear reverb in your background.
All right. Let me. All right, I gotta reposition and re-steer this somewhere else. Hey, as soon as there's some drama, bullshit, and fuckery, number 16 comes out the woodwork. Shout out to number 16. Criticize all the bullshit that goes on in the space. As soon as some bullshit happen, he want to throw money at it. Shout out to number 16. All right, BMT.
Good,
holy shit. BMT.
Passport,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, BMT. Within the community of traveling brothers, like, do you come on, man, chill. Yeah, chill. Is there a thing within the community where people are like kind of like, I don't know, it's like damn near passport banging, like y'all ain't doing it right. Got a problem with how this person is traveling and passporting or pushing it, or like y'all kind of just Do y'all kind of like, you know, let each other live, or is in the community? Is it an iron? Is it more of an iron sharpen irons? Try to, you know, get everybody on point type of. Come on, hey, bro, whoa, hold on. Now you can't do that. Now the host is asking a question to the featured guest. Like, that's if anytime that the nigga shit got to stop, that's when he got to stop. All right, no, that didn't mean that. I ain't trying to go off. I'm just saying. Let me get my question to him. Is it more of a let people rock type of thing, or is it a more of an iron sharpens iron type of brotherhood? Like y'all trying to make sure people on point and, you know, doing things correctly. Which one would you say it is?
That's a good question, man. It's actually a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, there's no right or wrong answer to this. You know, we let guys, you know, rock out. Hey, man, do you're in town for a couple of weeks, enjoy yourself, man. Get that stress off of you, get that load up off you, enjoy yourself. Men need that. But then you might see guys moving mad funny style. They might post something in the group, and we be like, hey, bro, you know, you gotta pull your coattail. You know, you wilding. You need to take a step back. You know, you overseas. You're not in your homeland no more. So different rules apply. So it's a little bit of both, man. It really is a little bit of both.
So I want to say something on that, because I would have to point out that I noticed when I talked to Austin, what is it, Holleran or Hollerman? Hollerman, thank you. So yeah, when I talked to Austin Hollerman, and he had a couple of ladies on his channel, his successful YouTube channel, I was just thinking about like how laid back and chill he was. You know, like he you know, he hasn't been there for 6 months, but you know, he really seemed relaxed and the conversation just flowed. You know, he didn't spend his time in Brazil hating on other brothers that don't exist. He was relaxed and happy because he was away from the matrix. You know, he was just on his successful YouTube channel, being relaxed and happy in a overseas.
Man, y'all ain't shit, man.
I see what you did. I see what you did. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, bro. Man.
No. So shout out to Austin.
And then when I talk about the gaslighting, y'all niggas think somebody crazy. Nigga, you the fakest nigga on YouTube. Stop it, bro.
GC trolling the shit out you.
Yeah, on YouTube. Hey, nigga, stop.
Was it a serious question in there somewhere that BMT could answer? I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up at the 2 hour and 30-minute mark.
Well, yeah, there is a serious question.
Okay, let's get a serious question in there. Y'all go on real quick. Y'all go sub to BMT, and I want to make sure something positive come out of this conversation. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to the brother. He's been a travel OG doing his thing for a while. This conversation went off the rails. It was fun and funny, very fucking entertaining. But make sure y'all go sub to him if you're interested in traveling and want to get some good game on it. But GC, put the question in a more straightforward, serious format.
Yeah. So, do travel, in your experience, BMT, does it relax you?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. It's a certain calmness, and you know, yeah, most definitely.
Because I experience it. Level. Yeah, because from what I noticed, you know, in my travels and from talking to the brothers on here, like 1MT and Austin and stuff like that, you know, subscribe to their successful channels. When I talk to brothers like that, I do notice that they're extremely more relaxed than other brothers. In fact, I would say of the 100. 99%, all but one is extremely relaxed. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Throwing those subliminals hard than Jay-Z out here. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's so funny.
He's talking about you, bro. That's why it's funny.
Talking about me, nigga. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out what's so funny. Cause that nigga fake this shit. Yeah, because you bent up right now, bro. You got a lot of energy. I'm not bent
for no reason, bro.
I'm actually chilling. Like I'm straight. Like I can get on camera. This nigga can't even get on camera, so I don't know what he talking about.
He trolling you on purpose, bro, to get you amped up, man.
And I know,
but that's how we do, man. You know how we do, man.
He in the United States talking shit. Doesn't travel. He doesn't do none of that shit. Nigga been talking about.
That's cool, but
wait,
man,
Kuda,
it's like,
hold on, wait, Kuda, didn't you used to clown GC about buying a stove for a chick in Philippines?
Yeah, I know. And
now
y'all
you're
was still
saying he in the States and don't travel, but how is
and,
he?
and hold on, and Bernard, don't lie. Y'all was still clowning him too if he was to tell that same story right now. So what's the difference?
No, I was
it.
No.
Don't travel.
Kuda, on your channel, I was the first one ever to come to Game Changers Defense because I understand the landscape over there.
On my channel, wasn't me, Marco, Jessica, and Zero, and everybody not promoting traveling.
Yeah, we had the whole overnight.
Marco over there, and wasn't a lot of people in the manosphere faking like they were living vicariously through what Marco was doing on their channels and in the chat.
Why?
But okay. That's not relevant to this conversation. This part of the conversation.
How's that?
Because Marco comes over to my chat, and we still have talks about it till this day.
Yeah, everybody loved Marco. And we're
gonna act like Marco wasn't vicariously living through him.
Yeah, but Marco cammed up overseas. He used to have like three or four
and a lot of
bad
people were
chicks on there.
Acting like they were living through him.
What do you mean by living through him? I think people just was like, "Whoa, this dude is living that life," and they enjoyed watching.
A lot of people. No, stop. You got a lot of people that You got a lot of people that was talking that travel shit for 2, 4, 3 years and still to this day haven't even gotten on a plane, haven't took no pictures. They don't even travel.
So what, bro?
And that's what I was saying when I was going in on the whole passport shit a couple of months ago when y'all were trying to gas, with a lot of people trying to gaslight me.
Okay, hold on, Kuda, hold up, real quick, Kuda, real quick, man. Like, and this is an understandable aspect. Traveling overseas, if you haven't been military, if you haven't been out of Alabama your entire life, man, that's a big jump, bro. So a lot of dudes, they're gonna watch content like Marco's, BMTs, but men are gonna be scared, bro. Then they just might be trying to amp themselves up.
That's not my problem. I'm not bagging on them for that. But what I'm saying is, like, don't sit up here and be like, oh, you was talking against the travel bros and now you're against them. It's like, nigga, before you even thought about being a travel, quote unquote, travel bro or passport bro, we've been talking about that. We've been pushing that. And niggas got on me for that. And then the thing is
people
that
criticize you. Hold on, time out. You saying people criticize? Hold on, wait, time out.
Come on, man.
Yeah, are you saying that people within this space who are currently advocating for traveling was criticizing you for advocating for traveling?
It's all on my page, yes. And you know this.
No, I literally didn't know that. Only people that I've ever heard combating against traveling is people who are, I would say, outside of this space, the critics of this space, or the random people, or the random people who just like to hate on any and everything that happens in this space.
Kuda, what it is, man, there's a lot of people that just don't like you, Kuda. And you know, I'm the homie. I just keep it real with you. They just don't like you, bro. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. And like, you know, when that whole Miko
hold on, wait. When you say the people that was against it, are you talking about like the game dudes, the dating coaches?
It was the anti-game dudes.
The anti-game dudes was also criticizing traveling.
Come on, why y'all acting like y'all don't know what's going on? Come on, man.
Dude, I don't follow your every step on YouTube. I didn't
say you follow my every step on YouTube. What I'm saying is that it was a big, widespread conversation that we all did content on. I don't know why y'all acting like I did. What's up?
No, there was a battle between people who advocated for game
and
people. Hold on, wait, time out. There was a battle between people who advocated for game and the people who advocated for traveling. As I remember that in that war, you were on the game side. So that's why I'm confused as fuck.
No, and I took it for the sake of conversation. But wasn't there dudes saying, Kuda, you don't need game, you just need a passport? Weren't there dudes that saying that, right?
Okay, right? Yes, someone was saying that.
Okay, how many of them dudes actually traveled between those 3 years?
I have no goddamn clue.
Come on now, because they didn't. They never did.
Okay, so you came up here to call guys out for not traveling when saying that they traveling. Okay.
No, what I was saying was that even with the whole game thing, y'all sat there and talked shit about a whole bunch of quote unquote game guys and shit like that, right? And then every single thing y'all do is predicated on if game exists or game doesn't exist.
I actually agreed with you on aspects of that. Some people was too critical of game, but if you look at the definition of game, any interaction with a woman, there it's you can work the definition of game into it if you're pursuing a woman sexually or romantically in some kind of way. Your whole pursuit is game. Only thing that people were essentially saying, shout out to BGS. Only thing I think that people were essentially saying is that the type of mouthpiece game that you gotta have to get on them out here, it's a different game over there. So those who don't got that slick talk mouthpiece game over here, they were able to get on with a better crop of women over there. So they was like, fuck this trying to learn game. I'm getting my passport. Nothing was wrong with that. And like, you were on the side of criticizing them for getting their passport and going to like, so
no, I was not. No, don't
now
say
you're
that,
trying to
Bernard.
circle back and say I've been.
No,
now you're trying to circle back and say you've been advocating for passport.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's what's happening here.
I didn't. No, stop. I did not criticize anybody for getting a passport because like I said, I was advocating for dudes to get their passport. What are you talking about?
All right.
When can you find me saying or criticizing dudes for getting a passport?
I'm not going to find it because I'm not even going to look. I was going off
but
memory.
You said I said it.
If my memory is wrong, then it's wrong. But that's my memory, and I don't even.
You said I said it.
I know, but I don't give a shit enough to go find a link with a timestamp.
Why would you say I said it when I literally came on here and said that I didn't say it, and I had people on my panel and on my show telling people for years to go travel.
Okay. You've been advocating for travel for years.
Okay, so why would you say something like that? Now when I say something, everybody gonna be like, well, that is true. You did say he said it. Nobody's gonna give the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, well, can you prove that he said that? Or was he actually right? Was he actually advocating for people to travel?
Listen, the amount of give a damn is like leaving as far as this whole conversation. It's basically coming down to this. If we trying to unearth the whole history, and this show wasn't about your whole history as it pertains to travel.
No, it wasn't. But y'all,
my whole understanding of it is this. And if it's wrong, if my understanding of it is wrong, and I'm not about to go do a damn investigative reporting, Johnny Cochran, dig up the bodies and figure out what happened. All I can say is this: that yes, when Marco came into space and cammed up with them foreign chicks from wherever the hell he was at, everybody was rooting and cheering for Marco and thought that was pretty damn cool. And then passport talk picked up a little more, and then it died when COVID happened. And then it came back and people started talking about passports and how you don't need game if you got a passport. And then you was arguing against them, saying you need game either way. And then so it was some game wars and passport wars, and you were more on the game side than the passport side. And then fast forward a year later, now you're living overseas, and now you've been advocating for passports.
Bernard, don't do that. It wasn't the game versus passport bros. It never was the game versus passport bros. It was the game versus game didn't exist bros. And now all of a sudden that is trendy. Y'all are trying to throw in the whole passport shit. And y'all are acting like I would never argue game versus passport. At the same time,
now that
last month when I said that dudes needed game when they actually travel because there's such thing called leaving your common sense and your game at the airport, niggas was getting on me about that until Austin Hollerman actually traveled to Thailand and would start saying, okay, now dudes need to be red pill. Because prior to that, Austin never said dudes need to be red pill. He used to talk about getting into arguments with red pill dudes all the time. As a matter of fact, passport bro dudes didn't agree with red pill dudes all the time in general. So a lot of fake red pill dudes start jumping ship anyway.
All right.
So I don't say I was arguing against no passports because I never was.
Man, it's like gang wars.
All right.
Nah, because they turned this shit into a gang. They try to turn passport bros into a gang. They ain't no gang, and half them niggas don't even travel at all.
All right.
I would like to hear from BMT.
BMT know what I'm saying is true because anybody that travels.
No.
Can we hear from BMT? Can we get it from BMT?
No. I'm just saying, like, I don't even go back and forth with dudes that need to be right. So I'm just gonna let them talk, bro.
No, it's not me needing to be right. No, it's me telling the truth about the space.
Okay, that's your
All
opinion,
right,
bro. You tell the
man.
truth.
Some people think is they just want to ride on the space. I don't. All right, that's where I'm at with it. All right,
I'm
number
relaxed.
You have
Man.
a super chat card.
I'm in Thailand, bro. I'm chilling.
Zoom to schizophrenia.
I'll be back in Thailand very soon.
That's cool.
That's awesome. BMT, do you want to meet up since y'all gonna be in Thailand at the same time? Y'all should do a collab.
Who?
With the brother that's about to be in Thailand with you.
Oh, I mean, if you want to meet up, that's cool, bro. It don't matter.
So y'all gonna do a collab? Why are you there?
Man, nigga, stop.
Okay,
stop,
hey, just
all right.
So word of advice, y'all, for Canada.
I'll chop it up with you, man. Stop babbling. Stop talking to niggas that don't travel and shit.
If we can get out the beef for a second, word of advice to the fellas. Hold on, GC.
For years and shit, and still ain't shown nothing, man. Stop it.
Hey,
just a dude that don't travel show. So let's
come on, y'all.
A damn travel show. I actually do what I'm talking about.
So I talk about travel all the time. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to meet up and do a collab? I'd watch that. I watch it in super chat.
All right, shout out to everybody supporting the stream. I don't know if I read that one, but thank you, Java Joe, for that super chat. Thank you, everybody, for the super chat. All right, we about to wrap this thing on BMT. I guess I don't even got to follow. I don't even got a final question for you, but just give me your closing. Give me your general closing thoughts on travel community passport bros. You mentioned a bunch of stuff about your Facebook.
Nah, man, I'm not
over 1,000 guys over there. I think you said 10,000 guys over there. All the shit you got going on. Just give us some final thoughts. Take away what people need to hear. And moderators drop his links. We can go subscribe to Kuda. Come on, bro.
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm saying I'm not against none of that. I'm just calling out the hypocrisy of the space and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, the people who want to call out the hypocrisy of the space, they listen. Go do it on you. Go. I mean, listen. This ain't even what the show about. And damn it, it's plenty of. Find somewhere else to go ride on the space. BMT, go ahead and give us your final thoughts.
Well, first, man, I want to thank you for letting me on the show. Great show. I hope I gave you guys some good information. Passport bros, that encompasses a lot. Everybody has their own definition. I can give you my definition. My definition of passport bros is brothers traveling around the world, networking, linking up, handling business, creating opportunities, not only for themselves, but for the local economy as well. It's a lot of benefits in becoming a global citizen. And it's just a different solution. When I first came into this space 4-5 years ago, and I was on panels telling guys to get their passports and travel as an option. I was getting cussed out of panels and saying I was coward and all that good stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, we need a percentage of black men traveling the world to give us information back. And I wanted to explore that. So if you don't know, you got other ethnicities of people that don't only live in their homeland, they also live overseas. There's plenty of Russians living in Thailand. All right. You got the Lebanese in Brazil. They have more Lebanese in Brazil than they actually do Lebanon. Right. So you got people with this different strategy. And I'm just trying to bring that to the forefront that, hey, America is great. It's cool. But let's expand our options so we'll have more opportunities, not only for us, but for the next generation as well. So it's not all about the women. It's about other things, man, other important factors that a lot of us don't really, keep in mind necessarily. But as we grow, we got to start paying attention to not only the local news, what's going on, but the world news. All right. And that's what I'm trying to promote. Just guys traveling the world, man. So I hope you guys got some good information today.
All right. Good stuff. And look, thank you, everybody. I know y'all. Are you not entertained? I know y'all like this shit.
That was a good show, man.
Yeah, it's a good one. But no, shout out to BMT. This has been a long overdue interview. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody who supported the stream in any way, shape, or form. Whether you like, share, subscribe, super chat, Cash App. I don't even know. I haven't been checking the cash. Let me see if I got anybody send the Cash App so I can send special thanks to you before I make it out of here when I get my thumbs together. All right, come on. Now I want to act like Plantation Wireless and not pop up. Somebody sent a Cash App. Oh no, that was Gail. Yep, Gail sent the Cash App earlier. Thank you, Gail. Thank you everybody. Thank you everybody who supported the stream. Appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you go subscribe to BMT. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace. We gone.